Welcome to all the early birds. Welcome. It's a Sunday and it's your boy Yugopnik. Starting out with a few DJ sets from the 70s and 80s. And we will have liftoff in 5 to 6 minutes. Thank you immediately to DJ Boyo for the sub. Welcome back, my beautiful child soldier. Let's fucking go. Good fucking morning to my favorite fucking idiots in chat. Let's fucking go, baby. It is a Sunday. We have lots to go before we gotta go clock back in. So sit back and enjoy some music, and we will start in 5 to 6 minutes. Call me. Maybe I should have a call-in option, if that would be fun at one point. But it is the 4th stream of the week, which is absolutely unhinged and insane for your boy Yugo, so feel proud of your gooner overlord, okay, baby? I could be gooning right now, and instead I'm here. Welcome. Starting in a few. Now let's move from the 80s over to the 21st century. It's a good day today. Except that my chat doesn't work. Well, let's fix that. Okay, there we go. Chat is working. Chat is working. Ay, ay, ay. Okie dokie, welcome everybody. Welcome, my beautiful child soldiers. How are we doing this fine September the 22nd? It is a Sunday. Monday is right around the corner, but I will help you forget that little fact because today we are doing a lot of infighting. Apparently, there's been a lot of videos on different aspects of YouTube drama, be it towards reactionaries, be it towards centrists, be it among leftists as a whole. And I usually do not. I repeat, I have not had any relations with that woman. By woman, I mean I usually don't do drama, and I'm not going to farm drama. That's why I'm going to only touch on shit that is very general and very kind of one-sided. We're going to watch the Noah Samson video, YouTube's Fake Nice Guys, which he's a very fake nice guy. I've met him many times. Noah Samson, not really a nice guy. Not really a nice guy. He's actually a very, very nice guy, okay? We might talk about the H3 shit, why the H3 leftover podcast will never return. But we'll also do some proper politicking, some proper analysis of empire with my boss Second Thought on how the U.S. took over the world. Then we're going to talk about some finances. We're going to talk about BlackRock. We're going to talk about what do Wall Street quants even do? What even is a quant? And then we're gonna slowly poison ourselves by watching Jordan Peterson re-interview a guy he platformed quite literally half a year ago, who ended up being the main frontman of the British race riots. Not only did he fuck up so much by getting him to a show that got like 2-3 million views, that got a lot of people out on the streets supporting him, but now he is re-interviewing him after all of that has happened. So Jordan Peterson is not only not learning from his mistakes, he is showing us quite adequately that he is very proud in platforming quite literal violent, already previously imprisoned, again, violent fascists and neo-Nazis. Thank you very much, Proletarian Brunch, for the 4 months. Welcome, my beautiful child soldier. You should come to Grozdjebel. Kaksan. Hello, my beautiful gooners and my kaksans, apparently. JT Pokido video. Okay, we'll watch the video for sure. We might even start with it. The sunglasses make him look like he has a flat top haircut, right? Like if you zoom out a bit more, it looks like I have like a flat head, right? It looks like I have a flat head. But I'm fucking with the sunglasses, like, because IRL, I wear these on my head all the time. Even when it's fucking dark out. I don't know. I just like how sunglasses look on top of my head and make it a bit bigger, even though I already have a massive head. There might be some streamers out there that are called small head streamers. Well, I am the opposite. I'm a massive head streamer, even though the brain that is kind of condensed in that little area of mine is very small, okay? No brain haver, no brain haver. But yes, we are in for a lot of treats because it's Sunday. We shouldn't take it too seriously, even though we're going to talk about empire and hell. But yeah, how are you chat doing? I've had a lovely weekend. I went to a birthday party. I got absolutely fucking zonked out of my head. Last Friday drunk stream was so fucking good. I drank half a bottle of that Tito's garbage. Then I went to a friend of mine. We drank around half a bottle of Beluga, and then we went out clubbing, and I think we drank Ostoya. It was an intense night. It was an intense night, especially because I started out with you guys. We ended up overstaying our welcome a little bit. I think after the club, we went back to his place. He passed out on the couch. I proceeded to watch like 3 Warhammer lore videos while zonked out of my mind. That is my favorite way to end a fucking nice evening. Then I slowly, because we live very close by, I slowly dragged my ass over to my apartment to get a little bit of talking down by the girlfriend. Oh, you didn't have to stay until that late, blah 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 shit. And then I went to bed. On Saturday, I just went to the mall, went to the gym, nothing special. And today I am back with you. Big head with a lot of empty space, exactly. But it's good to see all the OGs in chat. Farksism, McFatbot, Hasanabi Industries, Comrade Crip. How we doing? Eco Waves, Socialist Sympathique, of course. How's your weekend for now? I hope it included less intoxicating substances than mine. But then again, if that's what you enjoy, then enjoy it fully. I met a girl the other day and connected over shared leftist values. She said Hassan's whatever, but the program boys are valid, especially Yugopnik. Hey, am I about to get one of my chatters laid? Is them knowing about Yugopnik going to get them laid? One of my proudest moments when the D program was developing was one guy telling me that with his partner, they very often like start listening to the D program, but they treat it kind of like Netflix, but it's the program and chill. And he's like, the amount of times I was laying pipe and getting pipe laid in me while listening to the random political rants by Hugo, Hakim, and JT in the background. My proudest moment. Okay, actually converting people to socialism, introducing them to organizing, teaching them core tenets of class consciousness, those are all nice and dandy. But people having intercourse while I talk into the microphone, that is always going to be the absolute peak of my career, okay? Absolute peak of my career. What a fuck. Yes, welcome to the show. We are not very normal here, okay? Thank you, Jar of Synthetic Bears, for the fucking 8 months, you G. You absolute G! Thank you very much, and thank you, Noor129, Child Soldiers, reporting in for the 12-month sub. You are so fucking beautiful. Thank you very kindly. But let's start today's fucking basically drama gooning session. Let's pretend we care about all of these things. Let's embrace some of that beautiful infighting. Let's put it in us, and let's totally get melted by the ideology of all of this mattering. Then we're gonna move to second thought, how the U.S. took over the world. We're gonna talk about Wall Street, and then we might talk about H3, like why the leftovers fell apart apparently, because I saw this video. It's interesting. I don't know. And then maybe some chud watch with enemy of every gooner in the world, the man who has not been able to masturbate for one time after his Benzos addiction, Jordan Petersoni. But yes, we start with Noah Samson, who is not a nice guy. I absolutely don't think he's a nice guy, because he's a very, very nice guy. Does that sound like a plan? Does caring so hard right now, right? Like, use all your caring molecules and direct them towards this particular topic. Let's all like care so hard. I'm caring. I'm gonna care. I'm gonna care. Okay.
Hello, viewers. Welcome to the show, the No Samson Show. As we all know, my YouTube channel is an echo chamber. I don't like listening to anyone that disagrees with me politically, and neither do you.
Same, dude. Same. Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. Same. Remember that chat. Immediate ban if you disagree with me on even the slightest of caveats, okay?
The viewers. So I thought we'd spice it up for April Fools and do something different on the channel. We're going to break out of the echo chamber, see what's going on. I keep getting recommended these videos that have like 500,000 views, and it's like the evil boy, the evil guy, and then I look at the thumbnail and it's my face there, and I'm like, hey, this is just like when I look in the mirror after I eat a full Cadbury bar at 3 a.m. Evil guy, naughty boy. The latest version of that is this video.
Like my hot take is on why these guys target Noah Samson so much. These wannabe centrists, enlightened political moderators of the internet. The edgy guys who have never actually seen edge ever, nor have they edged ever. Their big problem with Noah Samson is that he's hot and that women watch him and like him, and that he's literally just fucking chill. Like in their world, these types of guys get all their girls, right? So they see him as a metamorphosis of, also being political and also being very forefront with your ideological opinions, and also like being enjoyed and liked by women. And that is completely counterthetical to, their entire existence. That's why they love harping on him, and that's why he gets a lot of hits, because guys want to hate guys like that. Like super toxic fucking fail son, centrist and right-wing bitches want to fucking hate this guy because he's everything they are not, okay? Pure, unadulterated, no pussy having jealousy, okay?
Called Why I Hate.
There are certain people that just hate people which just look like good people. Exactly. Like sometimes it's not that complicated. Sometimes it's not that deep. It's not that deep, bro. It's not that deep. And sometimes shit like this happens, which is a direct consequence of exactly that. Not only is Noah very nice, but so is his mustache. Absolutely. I allow my goon child soldiers to 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 watch Noah with a certain dose of sexual suspense. Okay, heteronormative sexual suspense only.
Hate bread tubers.
Is that a new way to say, but not in a gay way, bro? Yeah, heteronormative sexual suspense. That is. I only love you in a very heteronormative, sexually suspenseful way. That is the woke way to say, but not in a gay way, bro. Remember that era? Remember that era? I love you, but not in a gay way, bro. Men actually had to fucking say that, okay? Actually had to say that. That came immediately after the era where just calling everything gay equals bad kind of died off for the youth of the world. That's why I love young people nowadays, because you're not as absolutely fucking brain broken as those who have come before you, no matter what they tell you, okay? No matter what they tell you. Skibbity toilets, on God, rizzing up that yacht. Relatively cringe, relatively brain broken, but at least you're not running around calling each other gay and not being able to say, yo, bro, I love you, without saying, but not in a gay way, bro, okay? You compared to the youth of the past, absolutely beautiful, absolutely phenomenal, okay? I have not seen Zoomers or Alphas start the whole anti-SJW craze. Well, young millennials, I remember what you've done.
And the thumbnail is me and 4 other white dudes. One of them is kind of a red dude. And there's bread loaves in the back. And the thumbnail text says,
"What the Sigma?" Yeah, I'm old enough to remember that. Exactly. What? They still say Yugopnik, nothing changed among the youth. Yeah, maybe. I like to be optimistic, okay? I like to be. Skibbity is just G mode for Gen Alpha. Exactly. Absolute truth.
Stranger danger.
I feel like my gaming age is a bit older. Not even older. Like here, we used to mod the shit out of GTA San Andreas. I never really got, like, I played a lot of like Gmod and lots of like add-ons, etc. But GTA San Andreas, but Balkan, like literally, this was the crazy GTA San Andreas, Serbia or something. This shit. Like just mods of GTA San Andreas to make it look like the Balkans. Look, there's a Skoda, okay? There's Mercedes, okay? This is what I was really into. People are still modding this shit. Holy fuck. People are still stuck in that era. That's absolutely incredible. Okay.
So we're going to watch through this and see what's going on. Warning, this video contains material not suitable for all ages. Viewer discretion is advised. Whoa, okay, spooky. It's rated R, I guess. What did we do?
BreadTube, a loose and informal group of online content creators who create video content, including video essays and live streams, from socialist, social democratic, communist, anarchist, and other left-wing perspectives.
BreadTube has a definitional problem here. It's a label that was made by fans and then ascribed to creators. More of a genre than
yeah, it no longer kind of exists at all. Like BreadTube isn't really a thing anymore. Even like the Reddit page on which people used to organize, etc., is like 10 active members now. The fucking deprogrammed Reddit server is like 100 times more active than that. And, you know, there's not people walking around calling it, oh, it's the deprogrammed sphere. It's fucking, BreadTube is not a thing.
Anything else, just leftist adjacent video.
But the left-wing political YouTube funnel is very much so a thing, at least in my modest theoretical understanding of how agitation works. But okay, but if BreadTube sounds nicer to you, then just call it BreadTube, I guess.
Essays was the first group. The term has evolved over time, though, to kind of just mean anything that's progressive, like anything that's left of center that's on YouTube. Scrubbing through this video, I don't see really anyone that's a part of that group of creators, the original sort of BreadTubers. So what do we have here? We have Ethan is online, we have this guy Xander Hall, and then we have this guy Jake.
Dude, putting all of these people in one, like putting Xander Hall and putting Noah Samson in the same fucking category, like immediately, I turn off the video. Is extremely obvious you don't know what you're talking about, okay? Or Vosh and Noah Samson in the same, like, what? These guys, like, Noah Samson's career blew up when they were doing Civil War and shit. Like, well, what are you on about? It's like putting, I don't know, fucking ContraPoints and JT from Second Thought on the same fucking field because they have a similar amount of subscribers. It's what are you doing? No, what?
YouTubers. I doubt it personally, but I think the unifying factor is, again, like, progressive. So I don't know. We'll see how that plays out.
Why is it called bread? Because getting the bread or whatever. Like, we are bread for the masses. Yeah. Long live libertarian socialism. Stuff like that. That was very popular back in the day.
I've been covering some of the antics from BreadTube over the past year, and I think now is the perfect time I do one big video going over my issues with these people. 6 issues to be exact, starting with 1. They're fake nice guys.
Ooh, okay. First allegation.
First, what is a nice guy? Okay, what? Would that make me, chat, fake bad guy? Am I a fake bad guy because of everything just not nice? Well, what is a fake nice guy? It's just being called guy. They're just guys. They're just guys. The fact you have to define them as nice guy kind of shows how brain broken you are. And how much you consider yourself an enemy of these men who pretend to be nice, and that is why they get the putang. It's brain broken, no pussy having ideology in one fucking thing, yeah?
And fake nice guys. What does he mean? Let's find out.
A lot of these breadtubers build a persona revolving around
They're fake nice guys. They only act fake to get the women I can't get. Exactly. It's ironic because they're basically calling them pussy simps, right? They're basically calling them dumb simps, but their behavior is like hardcore fucking simp behavior because they're like, no, don't pick that guy. He's just fake nice. I'm actually real nice. Pick me. I'm actual nice guy. Because they call out to the fake nice guy. Like brutal simp behavior. I hate that word, but you get my point.
them being wholesome and empathetic to those around them.
Hey, yo, that's a reference to the YouTuber Noah Samson. That's crazy.
However, there are many times that the mask slips, and their true colors come out.
Oh my god.
Many are just
The mask slipped. If my mask slips, you're gonna turn out, okay, he's not actually a part of the bastard left. I'm actually the nice guy left. Don't let my mask slip. Thank you for 20 blushed for the 7-month sub, you fucking legend. Thank you very much for the support. Let's get to that 1,300, baby. We got 10 days left.
just as hateful as the people.
The irony is those people love being outspoken. I say it how it is, alpha assholes. Then they get mad about people who are not nice. Exactly. Why does he have Mickey Mouse in chairs around him? Yeah, he's special. He's our special boy, but we really like him.
Well, they criticize. The only difference is that they are much less self-aware and act two-faced. This also makes them morally inconsistent, which will be a common theme throughout this video.
So hateful, mask.
Oh, morally inconsistent. I love words like that absolutely mean nothing. The whole point about morality is always inconsistent, and it is fluid, and it changes based on what informs it, okay? How you were raised, the society you grew up in, your current fucking material well-being. It's just, whatever, okay? I'm not about to go Gramsci on a guy that makes YouTube videos about fake nice guys, okay? It's punching very low. Instead, I should probably dangle keys in front of him, and he'll be like, "Oh my god, incredible epic dunk argument, brother! Yeah, look at the keys."
Slips, not self-aware, two-faced, morally inconsistent, which is gonna keep happening. Got it.
Not Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mice. Yeah, chat. KYS. That was very good. That was so bad. That was good.
I hope you're writing this down. A while ago, someone described these types of back and forth videos and ones that I've made as just kind of like gossip at the lunch table. Like, oh, he said this, and oh, she said that. Oh, she was being fake and two-faced. Oh, he's been a fake nice guy. And that stuck with me because it's like I'm contributing to that right now by making this video talking about online drama, like what people did wrong on the internet and this.
And I'm extra mad because I'm talking about the drama by watching a video about drama and then pretending that I don't participate in drama. Yeah.
Criticism. But I also think that's objectively bad. Like if you're watching this, I would highly recommend you pause the video and like go outside.
I don't get the whole hypocrisy baiting that has been happening for over a year now, Wolf CTRL. The explanation is very simple. Progressive YouTubers are getting bigger and bigger, and most of them are relatively attractive, chill dudes. And their political arguments are on point, and when somebody calls them out about their political arguments, they actually respond, and they completely annihilate those people. So now what's left to the enlightened centrist or right-winger, who at this point is just ignoring the wider online left, right? The only thing that's left to them is to call out some fictitious image of hypocrisy, to attack them as a person, to attack their social beliefs, to attack the way they look like, or to just call out some sort of like bad vibes that they're feeling about them that their audience is going to love because they have formed an audience of just very jealous dudes That's the whole enlightened centrist kind of online space at this point. Like jealous dudes that don't want to admit it to themselves that they actually have certain things they need to work on because they genuinely 100% believe what? They believe that they're smarter than everybody else, okay? But they don't actually know about politics or policy or, ideological analysis, so they can't shit talk guys like Noah on the basis of that. They just call him a fake nice guy, and their audience fucking loves it because their brains have the capacity of a fucking half a Zin pill.
Genuinely, because when I hear this,
greetings from Argentina, much love for Argentina mentioned. Let's go. Claims to be a leftist. It has GOP in his name. Typical commie. Sounds like Vosh and the Sotsdem Bernie bros, known as the Vanguard, who focus exclusively on drama. Yeah, we like to call, I'm not saying those specific streamers are that, but in the wider Yugopnik universe, also known as my theory on the leftist agitation on the internet, those who do not participate in pushing people more towards organizing, more towards expanding their knowledge and understanding of the material world, and through that developing their ideological stances. They are defined as tumors because they're not doing anything really except keeping those people in that part of the funnel without allowing them to further quote-unquote radicalize, even though that's a scary word I'm now trying to not use because a lot of people went into DMs and like, dude, that sounds like a bad thing. Don't preach a bad thing, even though in our case it's like we're all fucking commies here. That is what we're trying to fucking achieve.
This now, not in the past, but now I'm
do not seek perfection in your comrades, only seek solidarity. Absolutely.
Like, oh, this is just like, ooh, he's being.
Take your demographic that you're talking to and fucking enlighten them as much as you can. Let the other guys do their own fucking thing. Don't shit talk. As long as it pushes people down the pipeline, we're all good. Okay? Very, very wholesome, very easy. And it is not like utopian, anti-leftist infighting, etc., because in my opinion, it is extremely utopian to constantly be doing so-called leftist infighting because it comes from a premise that you believe that only your particular socialist school of thought is the correct one. Well, are we living in fucking world socialism right now? No, we're not. So we do not know which one is going to be correct in the long term. Yes, push your thing. Absolutely push your thing. And if push comes to shove, defend it. Obviously, but claiming what will work in this ever-developing world that is utopian. That is utopian. I am obviously much closer to MLs, etc., even though I hate all those tags, blah, 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 because those are revolutions that actually fucking worked. So we can point at a historic moment where they were actually successful and when they brought an immense amount of progress to the world. But does that mean that is going to be the only thing that works in the future? Fuck no, man. We don't know. We don't fucking know.
Two-faced and fake.
The correct ideology is whatever Yugopnik thinks. Absolutely. There you go. Now, we have a defined ideological current here on YugopnikTwitch, and that is, you must believe everything I believe. Svetlana, welcome. First time here. Welcome.
And again, I'm the problem, so this is your out. Leave, because this...
I hope to see a world where my politics are one day seen as outdated. Absolutely. Could not agree more. I would love to be wrong. About 90% of my views towards how a better world can be brought forward. I would love to be wrong, because the current understanding that most of us have is that it's not going to be very fucking pretty, right? And I am 95% sure that is still going to be necessary. But I would love to be wrong. I would love for everybody to wake up tomorrow and just found like a planetary commune where we all vote on how much toilet paper we need to produce. Okay, fuck yeah, let's go. But there's very little leading us down that perspective. So I use my knowledge on how fucking propaganda works, on how advertising works, on how radicalization works, and I encourage other people, at least in leftist spaces, to online specifically, to help grow that funnel instead of simply hyper-focusing on growing their own fucking channels. Okay? Because you can do those two things at the same time. Fucking surprise.
stuff is a waste of time, but I fear that it is my job, it is my duty as a man to provide.
So like end of thesis, so that you can have a sound bite. So you can have a sound bite. People say that, hey, those who are calling for leftist unity are utopian. No, in the long term, calling for leftist infighting is what is utopian, because you cannot know which specific school of thought will end up being correct in the end. That is it.
My family and argue with other nerds online.
The most widespread example of this is how these creators align themselves with the body positivity movement, yet at every opportune moment, they'll make fun of someone's physical attributes. And I think it's fine to make fun of a public figure's appearance. My problem is the hypocrisy. My favorite case of this is with Jake Doolittle.
What?
Who's made numerous videos on this topic. He spends half of his Fatspo video criticizing a 16-year-old girl with an eating disorder for saying mean things about fat people. He could have literally picked anybody else, but okay.
Alright, so first issue here is he doesn't show a clip, he just shows an overlay, so we don't really know what Jake actually said in that video. The reason he brings up this person is because they had a viral tweet that was just being a dick to fat people. It says fat people shouldn't wear low-rise anything, in response to a girl wearing a shirt with her belly showing. And another one where the person says, imagine how sweet this video would have been if they were both skinny. So just someone's just that's being
that's just being a fucking
Wonderful,
absolute
a new
piece of
child
fucking
soldier, I
shit.
mean, subscriber.
That's not even. I mean, obviously it is fat shaming, but it's simpler than that. We do not need a social terminology for this. This is being an absolute cunt, okay? Being a piece of fucking shit. They can only post this fucking online because IRL he gets 2 fucking elbows in the nose. Fucking pussy. Thank you, Liminox, for the sub, my beautiful child soldier, and welcome Cloudy Clow to the community. Let's fucking go, baby.
being a dick to fat people online. If you go to this video though, Jake doesn't ever mention this person's appearance. Criticizing someone that has an ED or claims to have an ED, or they didn't even claim that in this post, claims to be a part of ED Twitter, isn't the same thing as making fun of their appearance. So he's kind of like lying there, I guess. Ooh, he's kind of like lying. Ooh, he lied on the internet, Rob. Total lie.
His social credit score should be affected.
He then made a video on Orange Peanut, a troll YouTuber who's made numerous videos goofing on fat acceptance TikTokers.
Yo, did you hear the latest tea on Jake Doolittle throwing shade at Orange Peanut?
Oh man, the lack of grass touching is truly influencing the minds of the young and old equally, brother. And we are contributing to this, at least I am, because this is to an extent my platform. Oh my god, that's a big bug. What the fuck? That is a big bug. Jesus, wait. It's one of those that are stinky. It's one of those that are stinky, very stinky. Wait. Let me catch it without killing it. It's a smrdi booba. We call them smrdi boobas. 1 second. Yeah. You see? Where is it? Where is it? Fucking shit. No. I'm trying not to kill it. I'm gonna throw it out the window. No, leave, you piece of shit. Yeah, go. Good. It's alive. It's alive. And I didn't really, we call him Smrdi Booba, like stinky bug. We literally call it stinky bug. And before you're like, oh my god, Yugopnik is so nice, he did not kill the bug. It's actually a brilliant evolutionary aspect of that bug, is that you don't want to kill it because it stinks up the whole apartment for like a week if you do kill it. So we call him stink bug, yeah. Eat it, coward. 100 gift subs and I eat the bug right now. Yeah. Oh.
You didn't? Seriously? Drop what you're doing right now. Come over.
Zafin did not go to the sleepover. He was not invited, bro. Spinky did not invite him, bro. I talked to Zafin. He did not get invited until Spinky already knew that he found out about the sleepover. That's not a real invite, bro. That's a courtesy invite.
This video from Jake ruffles some feathers, because many of his
stink bug in the US. Okay, it's same. Smrdi Booba is stink bug in Serbian, Serbo-Croatian, whatever. I think Macedonians and Bulgarians call it something like smrdulka, smrdilka, something like that. I don't know in what other language. The Germans probably called it Stinkenbogen, Hitler. Okay, I'm always too mean to Germans for no fucking reason whatsoever.
Criticism of Peanut is just him making fun of his appearance and his stutter.
Like, I understand that this guy is accepting of his, I don't know.
Is that I'm guessing Smrdulka is in Macedonian, Bulgarian, and so on. Or is that more like Eastern Slavic? How is it in Spanish? We have Spanish speakers here. How is stink bug in Spanish? You don't have those in countries with stink cafe. Oh my God, it is as terrifying as I thought. Stink cafe in Deutsch, German. Macedonian, thank you, Mija. Chinche in Spanish. Oh, but it sounds so cute in Spanish. Chinche, okay? The difference between languages. Stink cafe in German and chinche in Spanish. Chinche. Oui, chinche. It's chinche. Smerdza and then Polish comes in. Smerdza di blood. Smerdiatiu blood. Smerdiatiu blood. Stink bille in Danish. Stink once in Dutch. I love the Dutch language. I love the Butch language. Hello, Björn, how's it going? Welcome, Romka. And we start the fucking hype train in the name of the bug that has given its life. I'm kidding, I didn't kill it. I threw it out the window. Will it survive? Most likely not. But will it stink in front of my building instead of inside of my apartment? Very likely. Hype train, let's get it to level 5. Eternal genocide on all stink bugs at level 5. At level 5, the train will be so big, we will pack it with every stink bug and we will ship it to specially designed friendship camps for stink bugs, okay?
Armpit bruises.
It's ginger time.
I agree. Maybe he could tell us how he's so confident.
Like, Spanish is such a beautiful fucking language. You can literally go, like, you can make a song about a stink bug because you're going like, chinche, 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 te amo, chinche, 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 te amo, chinche, chinche. But with stinking Schmetterling or whatever the fuck it was in German, you can't really do that.
In his small build. What's it like being 5'1"?
Okay, so right before he's talking about the armpit bruises, which they might be stretch marks actually, as a guy who sort of lifts weights and goes to the gym. I have actually, maybe you can see them.
Thank you very much, Fat Pikachu Forever, for the pay for the sub, and thank you for the gifted sub as well. Let's fucking go, and thank you, Gangus, for giving us money to create the eternal genocidal trains for stink bugs, and thank you, Frosted Milk, for the second month, you fucking G, and Philia Basta, man, you guys are very nice today. Thank you very much, Ka.
Stretch marks right there from you're just getting too big. Basically, your body says chill out, bro. So it kind of sounds like he's making fun of him for armpit bruises, but he's pointing it out in service of a larger point that body positivity and acceptance is good because it would include stuff like the armpit hair or the bruises.
It is yet again time to review some fat acceptance TikToks. 3 words that should never ever go together, but
3 words that should never ever go together. Fat acceptance TikToks. Well, I think that it would make sense that they...
I agree. Fat acceptance, absolutely based. But anything on TikTok, absolutely fucking horrible. Do you understand? Thank you again, Fat Pikachu Forever, for a gift sub. The second gift sub, thank you very kindly. And level 3 of the hype train is strong. Right now, with the train this size, okay, with a train this size, we can take all the stink bug males, okay? All stink bug males over the age of 18. We have enough train space to deliver them to the super fun time camps, okay? But what are we gonna do about all the female stink bugs, all the baby stink bugs? They can then grow up and then impregnate the female stink bugs and restart this whole process. You know, these are difficult questions one must ask.
They are together, right? Like, wouldn't that be a good thing if you're accepting of your body?
But you also don't have to do that to make that point. So fair point on that one. As for the roast for him being a short king, yeah, I mean, that's fair to say that's inconsistent with body positivity. I think you can call people out for that are being dicks without pointing to their height, because there's a lot of guys out there that are 5'1" and they don't, you know.
Yeah, that is why I never pretend to be a nice guy. Eternal genocide on all short people. Unironically, I'm kidding. It just I'm developing the anti-short lore here. All positions in political or enterprise leadership should not be given to people that are shorter than a particular height, because you give it to them immediate World War III, immediate founding of a fascist state, immediately. So That's all I'm saying. They can cohabitate, cohabitate our world, but they just should not be given any positions of power. That's it. Thank you very much for 20 blush for 200 bits. I love when people are like, "What about Lenin?" I know. I'm not being fucking serious about killing short people, okay? Please don't kill short people. Short people are actually great. I mean, I'm yet to meet a cool short person, but I'm told they're nice. No, one of my best friends is short. That I can't be bigoted towards short people. One of my best friends is short. I'm dating a short woman, okay? If I hated short people so much, would I be dating a short person? This is an inter-height relationship, okay? I am a traitor to my height. That is how stupid racism is, unironically. That's how it sounds to me every fucking time. It's so fucking stupid.
Shit on fat people or whatever.
Yes, I do. I've went through a bulk and a cut cycle. When I was bulking, I got very big because I ate a lot. And when
Why do you say yes they do like that?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. I went through a bulk and a cut.
You know, making fun of my speech isn't very woke of you. It's not very politically correct.
And this guy Rob said,
I want to die.
Jake was making fun of his stutter. I'm not sure that's really the case. It seems like, you know, he's kind of got like an accent, almost like a Jersey type accent. And this is the trouble with putting everyone in a bag of like, these guys are woke, so they're nice to everyone. So anytime they make
like being politically progressive does not mean you're supposed to be fucking nice to everybody. Hell, the pinnacle of what our ideology kind of preaches and looks forward to is, well, not doing very nice things to a particular system, which is going to be protected by another particular group of people. So it's not very nice. Long-term kind of nice, okay?
Make a comment, you know, that's pointing something out and making fun of someone, they're breaking the rules. It's like, I don't know where this guy ever said he won't make fun of people's like accents and delivery.
This is the exact same thing that Nick is Not Green did. He made fun of my stutter. I don't know why, but all these people who preach like acceptance, political correctness, wokeness, they do the same things at the end of the day. It's just they only do it when it benefits them and they know their audience is gonna like it. Everybody is a piece of shit at the end of the day. It's just a matter of how.
As Peanut just said, Nick is Not Green did the same thing, while also discussing body positivity and acceptance.
I'm not forcing women to talk about anything, and as far as boobs go, we like boobs. We don't talk about them for 3 hours straight.
Okay, so yeah, Nick like mocked.
Somebody said booba. Thank you very much, Comrade Crip. I love my Crips here in chat. Thank you very much for the sub, brother.
Where he stuttered in that video. I think it's bad to mock people's stutters. Obviously, I genuinely can't tell from watching this video whether or not Orange Peanut.
It's not bad. It's just when it comes to talking, it's bad when you're just doing it for the sake of making fun of a stutter. But when it comes to responding to any type of fucking reactionary online, it is stupid to make fun of their physical attributes because it's just weak. It's not, so to an extent, I'm taking back my words. It's not even stupid. It's weak. It's, you know, you have so many things to make fun of these people about, like their you know, attitudes towards different political or social issues. Like, don't harp on how fucking stupid they look. You hear about people celebrating interweight relationships lately after a British drama came out with a larger lady, medium weight dude couple. What? No. What? They're just a normal relationship. What's an interweight relationship? Okay. It's what, liking somebody with more or less meat on their bones? God bless. Fucking enjoy. It was. It was insane when I saw like Lana Del Rey like just dating a regular looking dude, and people losing their fucking minds because they deify celebrities and they think that the only people they should date are other deities that I absolutely love. Like, what the fuck? It's so fucked. It's so fucked. Yeah. Building half of your personality around the way you not building your entire friend group or any kind of relationship circle based on what those people look like is fucking psychotic, and you're sick in the fucking head, and you should get some fucking help. That is not what you should base who you like on. How much they hit the gym. You won't be friends with a dude or a girl because they're not fucking lean, mean, muscle-killing machines. No wonder you're fucking lonely and nobody wants to date you. You're a cunt.
You know, has a stutter.
You're just a piece of shit. Like, that's. Remember when we had a word called superficial? Remember that word? You don't need like these like extremely complex political terminology. Like, it's cringe to be superficial and to constantly talk about the way people look or what they wear, or just. Being superficial, that's cringe as shit. That shows absolutely no wisdom. That shows you're still a fucking child. Since when is being superficial cool?
Just stuttered in that moment. He calls it a stutter here, so if we're taking it at
But yeah, exactly, Trash Panda, but only women can be superficial. Especially when they don't like me. That's when they're being superficial. They're being superficial when they don't like me. But all those, you know, fat, then I'm not being superficial. I'm not superficial when I want a physical 20 out of 20 to date me, but they are superficial when they don't want to date me because I'm, in their eyes, not a 20 out of 20. Plot twist, fucking aesthetics are fucking subjective, and different people like different people that look all types of fucking ways. And there's 8 fucking billion of us out there. There's gonna be someone who is absolutely going to be in love with every fucking curve or lack of curves on your fucking body. Get over yourself, you fucking creeps, man. Fucking creeps, dude. Literal creeps.
Then yeah, you probably shouldn't make fun of that. Did Nick know that it was an actual...
Except short people. Fucking shoot. I'm kidding. I'm going to harp on this for the rest of my career, man.
Stutter and not just like a delivery thing. I don't know.
Both of these guys got...
Some ugly dudes got fat cocks. So everything is balanced. Jesus Christ.
ratioed in the comments because their more normal fans hate
I'm a fucking ugly piece of shit. My girlfriend's a fucking 9, okay? Based on even the most standard, stupid, cringe fucking whatever. To me, she's a 20, of course, but based on the fucking internet, you know, if I can do it, you can do it. Look at my personality. It sucks too, dude. And still, I got a fucking 4 or 5 year relationship, so you can all fucking do it, okay?
when they do this crap.
Comment ratioing is such a funny argument because these people that are commenting all these things on Nick's video are not Nick's fans. They're coming from the video that Orange Peanut made where he criticized Nick. Very clearly so, because their comments are all saying the same thing Orange Peanut said.
Though Jake turned off the comments and edited out part of the video that made him look bad, that being the weird consent comment.
There's a possibility that you can't do certain things, like bench an unconsenting girl, right, Orange Peanut?
A new child soldier. I mean, subscriber.
Thank you very much, comrade. Crip for the 3 months. We can all do it, okay? Yes, you can absolutely all do it. The point of a fucking relationship isn't getting the bigger trophy than what your friends are getting. It's finding somebody that's compatible with you, that you would actually like to spend a very large part, if not the entirety of the rest of your life with, that will make everything shine brighter and make every moment more beautiful because you get to share it with them, okay? It's about finding support. It's about finding somebody you're compatible with. It's about finding somebody that you can actually share your experiences with. If you're only looking for trophies or for somebody that others define as quote-unquote a great catch, then the only thing you're doing is you're fucking shopping for sneakers or jackets. They're gonna make you happy for 25 fucking seconds because you just bought a new thing or just because you got something that, you know, is hierarchically defined by everybody around you. It's fucking based and she's so hot, dude, etc., etc. But then that will fucking disappear in a matter of 20 fucking minutes, okay? And then you will wonder, oh my God, why am I stuck in a relationship with 3 kids with somebody I don't even like? Well, it's because you picked a partner not based on how much you like and respect them, but how you're going to be viewed by others because you scored that partner. It is market logic being applied to relationships, and it's fucking monkey shit, okay? Don't come complaining to me. No wonder fucking divorce rates are fucking 80%. I love my partners. They care about me deeply and deal with my obsession with historiography and philosophy. If you have a partner that is dealing with your obsession with philosophy, then you have an absolutely incredible fucking partner because ain't nobody doing that. Don't let them get away. Yeah, like even my parents told me that stuff I got lucky with logical teachings. Yeah. Treating your personal life like a CV. Super fucked. Exactly.
Want to repeat that one for me, Jake?
Okay, yeah, the thing was removed, so I don't...
And if you like and respect someone, they become cute and handsome. 1,000,000%, dude. 1 million. I've got 2 divorces I'm doing apart. Respublika, you fucking legend.
No, that was in response.
Gonna get it right the third time.
Wants to, but he removed that part of the video, right? He said something, he was criticized for it, and then he took it out. He deleted it. Did he do it to make himself look good? I mean, maybe, but also maybe he just did it because he made a mistake, you know? I don't know. Very woke and cancel culture of you, Mr. Rob, to hold people to the mistakes that they have rescinded. See, there it is. I could do it. Hypocrite. On the internet. I'm poisoning you, I'm poisoning you, I'm poisoning you, I'm poisoning you.
Another prominent individual you'll see in this video as Ethan is online, who does this shit all the time. He commonly mocks others' appearances despite pushing against that.
If I described to you a balding white man with a podcast who peaked in high school, you'd probably be able to perfectly capture exactly what this man looks like.
Is this going to be the entirety of the video? Him calling them all hypocrites because they're not really as nice as they pretend to be because they make fun of people's appearances sometimes, because that is a fucking low-hanging fruit right there, dude. Oh, God. Sup, Hugo? When are you guys receiving Ian Neve's friend Carvalho on the Deprogram podcast? I've heard that was on the docket. Oh, yes. We are working on many things. Many things are being worked on right now. But yeah, I would like to have him on, actually.
Sorry to inject him into your head.
So on the one hand, he's kind of just describing how this guy looks. Like, I can't even really tell if he's balding because he's wearing a hat, but he is a white dude with a podcast. But he's doing it pejoratively, you know, he's doing it to kind of insult him, so.
If he shaved everything but his mustache, he would look scary. He would look frightening. Beard is giving Easter Island silhouette. Yeah, he does look like, someone point out he looks like from his profile, he looks like a crescent moon.
Yet when his appearance is criticized, he throws a hissy fit.
Yeah. I'm a little overweight. I don't like how it feels.
So do something about it.
I am, asshole. It's really frustrating that your fucking audience keeps commenting that shit when I do. I used to be heavier, dickhead. But it's, you know, you don't fucking change overnight.
On me, Ethan. Now you're the one getting mad.
You literally were just like, do something about it. Fuck off, asshole. It's mean. You're mean. When you talk about weight shit, you're mean. And I don't like it.
It does annoy me a little bit.
Was that an overreaction? Yeah, it absolutely fucking was. But that's only because we see the context of that particular fucking 10 seconds from a stream. Maybe that friend of his has said this many, many times before, you know, do something about it, do something about it, do something about it. And that's where the reaction is coming from. But I'm kind of, you know, pulling on some strings that probably aren't really there. but still, the reactionary guy that's like fucking talking about this, you know, he said like, oh, he threw a fucking hissy fit, like he fucking, you know, got super pissed off about this. No, he's just talking to a fucking acquaintance and he's like, dude, stop fucking saying this shit, blah, blah, blah. This is not him losing his shit, but it was a tiny little bit cringy, yeah.
But when people will criticize Andrew Tate and throw in the fact that like he's bald or whatever, because it's like you can do that without throwing all the bald boys under the bus with him. You know, the baldness isn't really.
Thank you very much. Hey, Hakira 504. Welcome back for fucking 6 months, you fucking legend. And thank you, Puerto Rican vegan socialista.
Wonderful.
I love Puerto Ricans, I love vegans, and you are a combination of those two. That is absolutely incredible. But okay, let me give you a little bit of context, okay? It's very different when you're just hyper-focusing on a whole group of people and you're making fun of them based on what they look like. And it's a completely different thing to be talking, reacting or responding to a person whose career is making fun of the way other people look like, and then you make fun of how they look like. That's kind of like, you know, relatively calling out their hypocrisy. Like, you know, Andrew Tate walking around telling everybody that they look like shit because of this, because of that, because of this, because of that. And you sitting there and then making fun of him because he looks like a fucking semi-erect dick with a small fucking mustache right in between the ball sack and the actual cock, right? Because there you're making like you're using the same bullets that they are using to kind of undermine just how to highlight just how hypocritical they are when talking about aesthetics, because aesthetics are inherently subjective. And you see how you're making fun of these people. I can make fun of you the same way as well. That's why you should stop. In that kind of context, it fucking works.
Correlated. Would this Zay guy care about being described as a balding white man with a podcast? Maybe. Would Isaac Butterfield be offended at being described as...
Not being fat, not healthy. No, I'm from Asia. People will call you out if you're... Yeah, like, dude, I'm from the Balkans. If I'm not called fat 7 times a day, I have not walked outside. Probably some neighbor is going to knock on the door, open, walk in and be like, you're fucking fat. Okay? Different cultural contexts in the West. It's a bit of a different fucking, you know, a bit of a different conversation, especially because, you know, we don't really even have that many people that are struggling with weight, etc., etc. It's just not that much of a topic. Over there it is. It's also a systematic issue, etc., etc. Nobody's walking around saying you're super fucking healthy to be very chubby, etc., etc. It is more about people implying that absolutely everybody has complete control over their bodies and they can just get skinny tomorrow if they did something, etc., etc. That's the attitude, at least one that I would like to harbor. I'm never gonna tell you, yo, go out there and get some fucking pounds on that meat. No, fuck that shit. But I will also not presume to know about everything that is happening in a person's life, and because of that, give them advice that is completely unwarranted and most likely does not apply to their circumstances at the time. Oh, those fucking way. What the fuck? I can't fucking talk. I'm overweight. Yeah, in here with you. Absolutely. Yeah, I was like the 3rd or 2nd fattest kid in grade school until 10th grade. Yeah. Absolutely. If you could just get skinny or whatever, most people would just be skinny. Exactly. Love Noah, but that whole wing of the commentary community is brain rot. It is zero creativity. It's rarely productive. Yeah, like critiquing people for having an issue with people being fat versus saying somebody got that easier island fade. It's like suggesting critique of a broader social narrative versus something much more interpersonal. Exactly.
As the Easter Island guy? I mean, probably not. He's a comedian, but...
I'm from Balkans. I've been fat and skinny, and both times I've been told to lose weight and gain weight. Absolutely, yeah. In the Balkans, we don't only fat shame, we also skinny shame. We just shame. In the Balkans, it's just called shaming. It's called being a friend, you know, just constant shit talking. Which, by the way, I'm a big protector of shit talking among friends, okay? Calling out shit, etc., etc. That's what friends are for. That's why not all of us fucking need to go to the therapist 24 seconds because we actually have friends that we feel comfortable enough sharing fucking complex issues with, and we are okay with them sitting and saying, no, you're wrong, or this is bad, or giving us certain types of advice. That is sometimes useful, sometimes not useful. But, you know, if your bro says something fucked up, fucking call him out on that. If your bro is doing something that is very damaging to him from your perspective, absolutely call that out. That's what fucking friends are for. Friends are not there just to make you feel fucking convenient and comfortable 24/7. They're there to, you know, help you build a better life and better community with them, and you are there to help them as well. Thank you very much, Philip Sean67. Welcome to the community. Speaking of community, my beautiful child soldier, let's fucking go.
I mean, but he's right. You know, it is a...
Hug a homie and call them a twat from the bottom of your heart. Exactly. Wholesome as shit. My grandma skinny shamed me when I lost all the weight. Of course she did. Okay, yeah. Grandparents are the next level, dude.
Contradiction to make fun of people's looks and then get mad when they make fun of yours. So in a way, I think it's good to point stuff out like this and say, it's really easy to watch a video and have our first reaction to be to make fun of how someone looks. But being on the other end of it does suck. You know, people calling Ethan fat, that sucks. Can't imagine that feels great. I think it's fine to say that. I think that's a fine point to make. Is this cancel worthy? The sense I'm getting is that these guys don't think it is, but they think based off of Ethan's logic or the way Ethan operates that...
No, but they also, dude, they just want to call them out for whatever they can find, and imagine how much searching they must have done if the only call out they can have towards these people is, hey, you're like, don't call me fat, but then you make fun of person appearance. Okay, if that's hypocrisy, every single person on planet Earth is hypocritical. And speaking of lack of hypocrisy, thank you, Shawshank Redemption, for saving us from the prison of ads. Shawshank Redemption 2 just dropped with 5 gift subs. Thank you very kindly. Thank you very kindly. I don't know why it doesn't say how many. Yeah, 40th gift sub. You fucking oiler. You fucking oiler. Cover me in it. Cover me in it, okay? Release me from those prisons through that sewer system covered in Shawshank shit, okay?
he would criticize someone else for doing this. Maybe that's true. Maybe
No, seriously, thank you for the subs, bro.
it's not, but it does feel like a weird flip around into just being a canceled video, right?
By the way, this dude flat out lied. He looked like this when he started YouTube.
Rob, he didn't flat out lie. He said that he used to be heavier.
I used to be heavier, dickhead.
Not that he has never been skinny. As in somewhere between this video and this video, which is a span of years, it seems like, he may have been heavier and has since lost weight and is trying to continue.
Holy shit, bodies fluctuate. Oh my fucking god.
My girlfriend's grandparents constantly tell me I need fat on my bones and are perplexed every time I tell them I don't eat meat. Yeah, dude, I will go to my grandma's and she will fucking feed me 2 roasted pigs, a whole fucking lamb. She will fly in a fucking horse from Kazakhstan and fucking bake it in front of me and shove it up my mouth. And then 20 minutes later, she's like, you need to lose some weight. I'm like, well, what, grandma? I literally just gained fucking 10 pounds. From one evening with you, I just gained 10 pounds. You should have maybe said that before you fed me. And she's always like, yeah, but I don't because I want you to eat my food. And she like gives that like a little grin like, oh, I love grandmas, man. Grandmas are fucking based, okay?
Lose weight. That's not lying. This Rob guy, man, what's going on with Rob? That doesn't make any sense.
Noah Samson is another breadtuber I've covered before who's also made fun of people's appearances and mannerisms.
Have I ever done that before? I don't think I have, honestly. Rob doesn't provide any clips, but if I have, I hope it was funny, but also, sorry if you got roasted.
But there are even bigger examples of this dude being two-faced.
Ooh.
He definitely portrays himself as a calm, understanding individual, just sticking up for disenfranchised groups. But this moral high ground he stands on is just for show. On Twitter, he's made...
He's not standing on any moral high ground. He has a camera, he has a microphone, and he talks about shit he cares about. The fact that you think that not holding bigoted or fucked up opinions is some sort of moral high ground shows me that you're a very bad fucking person, dude. Since when is just being chill about shit? Which that's what no is. No's just chill about shit. Since when is that a fucking moral high ground? Since when is like not being bigoted, pretending you're better than everybody else? Because that implies that what? Everybody else is bigoted? Are you saying you're bigoted? Like, it needs to be studied. People that watch shit like what Noah does and get triggered by him just being a fucking literal chill dude. That's Noah. Just a very chill, smart guy. And them losing, they need to fucking be interred, okay? It's so strange. It's so strange.
Death threats. Though if asked, he'll just explain it as jokes like they always do. First is after he lost a debate to Vosh, with him liking a tweet where someone wanted Vosh to be put down like a dog.
I like this tweet because I thought it was funny. Does that mean I'm making a death threat? Personally, that seems like a little bit of a reach, but to me this caption is just an edgy way to say that this post...
What the fuck? That post is heavy. Oh, it's Suki's mom, that person now. He needs to be put down. Okay, it's a down line. Sorry, I'm stupid today. Like a puppy. At least now I know I can effortlessly beat the racism allegation by reminding people I fucked black women. Oh my god. Maybe we should comment on this. Okay, in this tweet, they're both bad. But one of them is supremely worse, okay? I didn't even read the Vosh tweet. One of them is much worse than the other one. Oh, Lord.
Sucks. And then if you read the tweet in question, you know it sucks. The tweet sucks. At least now I know I can effortlessly beat the racism allegations by reminding people I fucked black women. Yeah, it's a gross tweet, dude. It's a freak tweet. Should he be killed for it?
No.
No, I don't think he should be killed for it. But acting as if me liking it that's what it's saying. It's just misunderstanding the way people communicate on the internet, man.
Then, during the super mega drama, Noah wanted Chud Logic to be melted into a large cast iron cauldron.
Oh god, dude, that's so... I think that's hilarious because of how just absurd it is. During the super mega drama, Noah Samson wanted Chud Logic to be melted into a large cast iron cauldron. Click off the video, I'm begging you. I want the retention rate right here to go from whatever it is to 0. Please go away. Now again, to translate from like edgy Twitter speak, this is me saying that this guy sucks. If I remember correctly, early on into this lady sharing stories about her sexual assault, this guy just made a bunch of, look at this, a 4-hour stream, a 3-hour stream.
No, I don't think he should be killed for it. SMH lib. Fricks black women. I've done it, everyone. I've ended racism. dude, like I've had sexual relations without women. I have not had sexual relations without women. I'm kidding. But no, it's literally the new like I've had sex with people of a different ethnicity. That's why I'm not racist. Is literally the young millennial, old Zoomer version of I can't be racist. I have black friends. It's that. It's just that.
An hour and a half
Tacoma wept.
saying that she was lying
Tacoma wept.
The SA allegations, and he was using photos of her in her underwear on the thumbnails. And even though those are from her social media, I think from public posts, it's like, you know what you're doing when you do that, right? Of all the photos you could have chosen to represent this person, you chose the one of her in her underwear and her swimsuit. It's an obvious framing decision, you know?
And by the way, the pedophile part is borderline slander.
I've had sex with a
Keffels
trans
and
woman.
Xander Hall,
Transphobia
who
is
both
no more.
hate
Thank you, Toasty Android, for solving transphobia. Thank you very much.
Logic. Don't think Chud is a pedo.
Wait a minute. The thumbnail of this video says that stranger danger with my face. He is kind of doing that, isn't he? Ooh. I get called a pedophile every other day on my YouTube channel, and it's usually because of my mustache and my haircut. You know, pedo stash. It's sort of a classic insult. But this Chud Logic guy, I called him a pedophile for, I think, more tangible reasons. He was horny texting an 18-year-old fan of his in his Discord. He was in his mid-30s, so like at least 35. I said 37. I don't remember exactly what it is. In these messages, he frequently references or kind of asks about her virginity. He says, I'm gonna penetrate the shyness. She says, you just don't understand me because you're a boomer. And he says, nah, you're just a shy virgin, lol. Don't be sorry, you're awkward. I know you are shy. It's how I know you are a virgin.
I didn't know Chud was like that. Holy shit. I didn't know Chud. I didn't know Chud, dude. I didn't know you were like that. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
What the fuck?
They got on my ass saying the fact that she's 18 makes this chill, but even this guy knows it's weird for a 35-plus-year-old man to be talking like this to an 18-year-old. Well, it's just inappropriate for me to be flirting with someone who is underage or even young like 18. It's supposed to be half your age plus 7. So yes, technically you guys got me. He's not a pedophile, he's an ephebophile. This is a meme. It's the debate lord meme that you are differentiating, and if you have to differentiate...
The term pedophile refers to people who are attracted to those that are prepubescent. Then there's something called a hebophile. That's people who are attracted to those in the early stages of puberty, like 11, 12, 13, 14. And then there's something called an ephebophile. That's people who are attracted to those in the later stages of puberty, like 15, 16, 17, 18. But I think the reason we don't make those distinctions is because it's very hard to explain the difference without sounding like a pedophile.
He's not a pedophile, he's a phebophile and a weirdo and a groomer. Because again, this was a fan of his in his Discord, who he reached out to personally as a...
I went on Chud Logic like 3 or 4 years ago when he wasn't doing this shit, like at all. It was other leftists and we were making fun of American progressives or some shit. So don't go digging up that fucking that was a very long time ago. Okay, that is a very long time ago. And since then I've enjoyed some of his like hot fucking edgy takes, etc. But the last time I watched any of his shit was probably like 2-3 years ago. So there you go. I'm ending my career right now.
A 35-year-old man. And again, she was underage, but she lied about it, so not a pedophile. Just all those other things.
Here's where I'll make a correction from the last time I talked about...
No, I don't got beef with Chud unless he fucks 18-year-olds. That's fucking weird, dude. Don't fucking do that. You're 30. Please don't do that.
Noah, I stated that this tweet was...
Jesus, Noah getting me in trouble again. Oh my fucking God.
So it got him banned from Twitter. But what really got him banned was this tweet describing how he killed Elon Musk.
Oh, this one was a banger, man. Elon Musk, I will kill you to death with a knife and a gun and a bomb and a nuke. Parody. You know, I don't really miss using Twitter, but I miss the way that it would frame my brain into cooking up some good shit, because this is a good tweet. This was also around the time where people were kind of pushing the limit on tweeting to see like what would get them banned, because I think Elon...
But no context. We do not believe in context. What is a context? Is a context a form of content? Because we do not know what this is, okay? At least the fucking Chud reacting to this shit doesn't.
And just taken over, or people were getting banned for like random reasons. I think I got banned for this one, and then I wanted to test to see if I could appeal the ban by saying I was censored for my right-wing beliefs. And it worked. One of the times it worked. Maybe it was with that other tweet, I don't remember. Also, does he consider Elon Musk a part of a marginalized group? You know, because that's what he said. He said, this guy's a nice guy that sticks up for the marginalized.
He definitely portrays himself as a calm, understanding individual, just sticking up for disenfranchised groups.
So why is he tweeting death threats to Elon Musk, the richest person on Earth? Oh, the hypocrisy. It astounds me. Unironically, if Elon Musk was not here, or at least just not running Twitter, I probably would do
I literally got a lot of shit when in a deprogram episode we were making fun of, you know, Elon Musk being super fucking awkward and stupid as shit by people saying, you know, you can make fun of him for other shit, but not that because it's ableist. And I was like, dude, he's the most powerful person on the planet. I can punch up about absolutely any aspect of his fucking personality or his physical conditions as I want to, okay? He's literally the richest guy on planet Earth. If I want to make fun of his fucking dick size, I can do it, okay? I don't give a shit. Make fun of Elon Musk's body every fucking day, okay? All the rules don't apply when you're one of the wealthiest people on the planet and a literal leech on the entirety of our species, okay? Thank you very much.
Significant amount of good for, you know, some groups of marginalized people since he turned Twitter into Hitler Town.
This is the same guy making videos of this crappy bisexual lighting, ironically wearing maid outfits by the
He's being ableist by embarrassing autistic people, unironically, dude.
way.
Hey, it's not crappy. It's cool. It's cool lighting. I haven't used the bisexual lighting in 2 or more years, I don't think. That was probably one of the more cringe decisions of my early career. Seeing a bunch of LeftTube videos and being like,
I've never done that. Never used bisexual lighting. Ever. See the lighting around me? Normal room lighting. I didn't even buy streamer lighting that's like behind the thing. This is just my room. My setup is not bisexual lighting setup. It is porn couch setup, okay? I simply have a porn couch. And me. And my zins. And that's it. Okay? You want to sit on the couch? Okay, that's too much. I'm sorry.
How those lights look. I'm gonna do that. It makes me cringe because it's like, you couldn't have been a little more original, bro. You couldn't have chose different colors or something. Plus I was so damn purple. Look how purple I was. Oh my goodness. Even the thumbnails, I was just a purple guy. I pride myself now in being a little more original with my setups and intentional with the backgrounds. Treadmill there is kind of a...
Pansexual lighting, yeah.
Good for the vibes. The fact that I just woke up. The fact that I do have bedhead. You could say I'm an artist. Also, how does wearing a maid outfit contradict at all with tweeting about wanting to kill Elon Musk? If I had a maid, which I never will, but if I had a maid or a butler, sort of an Alfred type character, I would want them to do cool shit like that. I might have been wearing that outfit while I tweeted it. Who knows?
These guys don't fool me. They're fake nice guys.
It just, you lost some people that could be ally when you go after his shitty social skills. You can always go after him stealing people's ideas. No, dude, I completely agree. I completely agree. I shouldn't go after his social skills. I shouldn't go after, you know, his body, etc., etc. It's cringe and it's reactionary. But we're all fucking humans, and when somebody's an absolute fucking demon, you want to offend every single aspect of who they are. Is that productive? Is that ethical? Is that right? Absolutely it isn't. But taking Elon Musk behind a shed and shooting him in the head is also not very ethical or moral. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Okay? I love how some chatters are like, shooting him is fine, but I draw my line at making fun of his social skills. I draw my line at making fun of his social skills, but shooting him is fine. Literal communists. And I love you for it. I unironically love you for it. But, you know, that just us. That just us, baby.
To take advantage of their viewers.
Okay, so that was the fake nice guys section. Those were his arguments presented. Interesting stuff. I've been recording for an hour and a half, and we are...
She deserves healthcare. Life, however, doom, 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 doom. To be continued. Speaking about to be continued, I'm going to do my first ad pitch of the day. Making fun of ads because they suck is bad, because you're making fun of things that ads cannot change about themselves. But making fun of them because of what they proliferate in this system, which is hyper-consumerism, self-identifying with the way you consume, and many, many other things, is absolutely okay. And that is exactly what I'm doing. So do not watch them, not because they are fucking stupid, okay, and awkward. Don't watch them because they are changing your perception of the self. And instead, support somebody who changes your perception of the self, but in a more progressive way. YugopnikTwitch over on twitch.com/YugopnikTwitch. For $6 a month of a free through Prime, or by donating to somebody less privileged than you. I will play in 45 seconds. Do you want progressive brain rot, or do you want cringe capitalist brain rot? The choice is yours. Thank you, Ramka, for the 100 bits. Gulag, but make it extra polite. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, let's fucking go.
5 minutes into this video. So what I'm gonna do is split
no
this
ratings.
up
I didn't
into-
get ratings for this one. No ratings. Chat. You sleeping, chat. No ratings for this one. This was a fucking nice 7 out of 10. Nice 7 out of 10.
5 videos because they're all
Skibidi Leftist versus Ohio Capitalist ads. I haven't left my house in years. Exactly. It was weak, not gonna lie. Ah, shit. Fuck. Really, pandas?
Oh, the sections are really fun. Is that unhinged to do? Probably. I think I literally have to. I need to go outside. I got stuff to do today. So just some concluding thoughts here. For one, I think it's totally fine to criticize hypocrisy regarding body positivity. Like using bald or short as an insult. If we're talking about moral consistency, yeah, those contradict. And even though that's being used as kind of like a gotcha here, my thing is it's more effective to criticize someone that's being a dick to fat people and saying body positivity is stupid if you don't in that process point out people's physical flaws. I think that's like a totally reasonable thing to say. Does that make these guys fake nice guys that are two-faced and evil? I don't think so. You know, I don't think we should reduce people down to these sorts of clips. I'm sure if I talk to Nick or Ethan or Jake, they might have more to say about it. Maybe I can for a future video. But the fact is, most of these clips are like years old. It's not like there's some serious pattern of behavior that's happened between then and now that warrants, you know, some like major demonization effort. I think a lot of these people just think they're cringe. And hey, YouTube is a place with over 100.
Yeah, not just cringe. They you know, they're throwing rocks from a fucking glass house under the pretense that nobody can believe in progressive politics whatsoever without being the second coming of Jesus Christ. Like, you have to be 100% perfect, 100% correct, 100% nice, 24/7. You cannot have a moment of weakness when you say something that you might not actually mean because you're angry, etc., etc. No. Right-wingers, centrists, fascists, conservatives, they're allowed to be pieces of shit 24/7 because they will not be hypocritical if they are pieces of shit. You believe in a better world? Well, you better be giving half of your fucking salary to the fucking homeless guy in front of your house, okay? You better be calling your mom 5 times a day, okay? Your mom better be like, what the fuck are you calling me all the time, okay? You better be the nicest person on planet Earth, because as we know, being a socialist, being progressive, it's about being very nice. That is what our ideology is based on. We just really want to be very nice. Be nice.
Videos you can choose from, and if you don't like someone on there, you can just go, you know, watch something that you like. Other concluding thought, breadtube is a label used to mean progressive thing on the internet or on YouTube that I don't like, and grouping a bunch of people together under that label is, you know, it's an algorithm play, right? It's clickable, video's doing well. That's what I'm talking about.
Ask very nicely for the means of production. Lenin once said, if we ask really nicely, they will give us the means of production. Marx was like, the nicer we ask about the means of production, the more of the production of the means they will give us.
To be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, it feels very cancel culture brain.
Proletarian? What proletarian? More like nicetarian.
To just like pick out these guys and say everybody is like that, and these guys specifically from things they've said here and there in clips. And I don't think that's like an empty call for hypocrisy, because my views have changed on that. And I think, you know, in the past I've definitely treated people more unfairly based on clips that I've seen of stuff they've said. And I feel like just going outside and talking to people has helped me change that part a little bit, or just recognize that I think it's a problem. And once you recognize that it's a problem, you can see the people on the right or on the center, I don't know this guy's politics, but he's anti-breadtube, and breadtube is progressive, so you just kind of you know, transitive property. They do it all the fucking time as well. So okay, I hope this helped break you out of the echo chambers and see that some people disagree, and I actually agree with some of the disagreements, but I also think a lot of them are sort of, there's weird stuff going on. That's how we're doing it on this channel now.
But what about the capitalists' separation anxiety to the means of production? What if they are not in the headspace to receive the news that they will be toppled? They shall be given intense therapy sessions, also known as re-education, for free, sponsored 100% by the state. You know, we will take very good care of their mental health once their means of production are seized. Very good care for their mental health. Yes. One might say that even some of them, the more extreme cases of them, will have their mind blown by the new system. You know. I do not endorse anything. I do not endorse anything, okay? Never endorsing anything. That is what I love. I love not endorsing a single thing. A single thing will not be endorsed. We do not endorse things here on the channel except becoming a subscriber. That's the only thing we endorse, okay? But if you're a subscriber and you do something we do not endorse, we still do not endorse you, okay? Speaking of endorsing, my biggest endorser, Second Thought JT from Second Thought. JT, who often has many second thoughts, but also has first thought with me and Hakeem. And the program made a new video, How the U.S. Took Over the World. Beautiful chatters, please adjust the title. Please adjust the title. How the U.S. Took Over the World. I think they asked nicely. I think they gave the rest of us therapy, also known as cultural imperialism, to believe that they're actually the good guys. And we went to the cultural imperialism therapy, and we were like, holy shit, they could do no wrong. They can do no wrong. And then they came and they asked like really nicely for our lands and our resources. And we're like, hell yeah, man. Some of us were like very toxic. We're like, US, you can't just come and take all the shit and build bases here. And they were like, okay, he needs to be put on a regular drip of therapy medication. Let's hit up the military medicine industrial complex, and let's drop some medicine on their heads, okay? They call it carpet therapy. Some call it carpet bombing. They call it carpet therapy, okay? It is the very quick re-education of an entire platform entire country towards accepting ethical and moral purity, also known as the American way of life. America asked Yugoslavia very nicely to break up, yes. And we were like, man, that was a very toxic relationship. We will break up immediately. Proceeds to have 7 wars. You asked us nicely to nuke Japan, okay? It was friendship bombing, okay? It might hurt, but it's the U.S. being a good friend and calling you out on your bullshit. That's what it is. America's so woke, it's forcing every other country into therapy. Oh. Tough love, absolutely. Sometimes they do experimental therapy, like in Vietnam with Agent Orange, you know. They were like, we need to change their physical attributes in order for them to become more pro-American and civilized, you know.
Initiate switch actuated counterclockwise.
It is time for a little Zin in my mouth. Zin in my mouth at this time. Time for a Zin. Is it a time for a Zin? It is time for a Velo. Velo fucking sponsor me already. Jesus fucking Christ, okay? 3 out of 6, 10 milligrams. 10 milligrams, absolutely not bad. This is my go-to at this point. Bright Spearmint. Bright Sperm with mint, okay? See, Bright Sperm Mint, okay? So, yeah, let's get zoinked. Let's get zoinked hard. Look at all the therapy. Look at all the free healthcare they are giving to the brains of the deindustrialized barbarians of the world. You will like McDonald's, or we will call you crazy.
The United States technically not at war with any nation, but that doesn't mean our defense is dormant.
The US has agreed to almost double its number of military bases in the Philippines.
How many countries does the United States have military bases in?
It's mind-blowing when you think about this.
Should the United States be the world's policeman?
Have we ever tried to meddle in other countries?
You know how many, chat, for those of you who were not here during one stream where we, blew our own brains. If you take all the land that all American bases hold in the world, it's as much as 2.5 Denmarks. It's 1.5 Serbia. It's 3 to 4 Croatia's worth of land, okay? It's a little bit less than the entirety of England, not Britain, England. Over 100,000 square kilometers. Or 100,000 square kilometers. So, ignoring, these are military assets. These are intelligence assets. This is quite literal occupation. If we just concentrate on how much land has fences around it, an American flag, and has no law working there except American law abroad, outside of what is commonly defined as the United States. It's so much land, it's as big as 2.5 Denmarks. Absolutely insane when you put it in the context of just size. Absolutely insane.
Elections.
Rookie numbers, we need more. Yeah, brother. We need at least 6 Denmarks to feel safe, brother. More taxes so that we can have at least 6 Denmarks abroad, brother. Yeah, brother. At least 1 Texas abroad in the Middle East, brother. Yeah. That's, of course, not counting the entire country of Israel as basically an American territory.
Oh, probably.
This is an American $1 bill. A green piece of paper, a specific blend of linen and cotton, stamped and numbered. And in most places around the world, it represents one thing and one thing only. The terrifying might of the
stripper money! Oh, I had to. I'm so sorry. I'm going to be serious. But when he was like, $1 bill, I'm like, oh my God, stripper money. Don't say stripper money. And I still said stripper money. I'm so sorry, okay?
The most powerful state in all of human history. A military force unrivaled by the next 10 combined. A colonial power with territorial holdings throughout the Western Hemisphere, and an economic titan capable of controlling resources and the flow of money in just about every corner of the world. This is the story.
By the way, is there any way for... There's no automatically generated titles for Twitch, right? So people with hearing disabilities and so on, if they watch, they can't watch, basically. There's no automatic titles. Because if there is, I would like to turn it on, but there's not really an option. You can get an OBS plugin. Yeah, but that would show to absolutely everybody, though. There are CC plugins. Okay, good. I'm glad. The people with hearing disabilities could add as a plugin to Twitch so that they can actually watch. There is a plugin. Okay. You have to get they have to get a browser extension, right? I can't have it for everyone. Can't plug it into Twitch because Twitch is a fucking platform. Yeah, people use extensions. Okay. I'm glad. Try to turn on titles whenever I remember because I'm a fucking idiot. But yeah, I just wanted to ask. Apologies. Just came to mind.
Story of the American Empire. Hey gang, Second Thought is a 100% grassroots funded operation. We don't get sponsors here, we make principled anti-capitalist content, and so the only way these videos get made is through the generous support of viewers like you. So if you like the content we're making, please consider supporting us on patreon.com. You can find us at patreon.com/secondthought. And you get tons of cool perks while you're at it, including early access to videos, access to our patrons-only Discord with thousands of members. It's a great place to hang out. We hope to see you there. Okay, so most of us grew up with this map of the US. 48 contiguous states on a big sheet.
Thank you very much, Cornethius, for 100 bits. American Empire Files. Let's go.
Sheet of paper with 2 little notches for the islands of Hawaii and Alaska somewhere.
It's the communist John Harris.
In the corner.
No, John Harris is the neoliberal second thought.
It's a map that's meant
Know
to
your rankings, children, or thou shalt be punished.
Tell us what the US is, and the map says that this, well, this is pretty much all there is. But that's not true. Hold on, let me show you. I have some other maps. Here's what I mean. When you look at maps like these, they make it immediately obvious what you're looking at. Empires. States that exert power over their subordinate geographies and the people who live there. States that expand over time, often overseas, to quash their new imperial holding sovereignty, either through territorial annexation, military pressure, economic extraction, direct political control, or usually all 4 of those at once. Most of us don't really see the US the same way. During the 20th century, we saw basically every existing empire, the British, the French, the Dutch, the Portuguese, shrink dramatically when colonized people on just about every continent fought for their independence. Since then, there's been a general feeling that we just don't live in an age of empires anymore. And we have maps, like this one, or this one over here, that show the US as a contained, mostly isolated blob to back that up. But maps...
Isn't it crazy, chat, how one day the world woke up and it was like, oh, empires no longer exist, and everybody was like, no, dude, they do. And then the establishment was like, no, you're insane, shut the fuck up, and we no longer believe empires exist. That's literally how it went. I was there, trust me.
These lie. They conceal and minimize the true extent of American power. They hide its true nature as more of an empire than a typical country. So in this video, I want to...
Yes, and the brilliance of modern neoliberal capitalism, especially as the development of industry continues in the so-called developing world, is that you very often do not even need boots on the ground in order to fully exploit a domestic economy. You can have your private enterprises just own particular resources in that country, which is, not occupation, even though it literally is. It's just a private institution that is based out of the U.S. doing that abroad instead of, a literal paramilitary. But more importantly, you can get much more resources out of a country by just integrating them into a global commodity market, basically, a market where they will still end up buying shit out of which the highest crux of profitability will go back to the U.S. as well. The Americans, the American, state, et cetera, as much as we criticize them, and we absolutely should always respect your enemy, that was, in my opinion, the adequate and quick response to the slow crumbling of traditional empire, especially World War I, and their kind of more visionary perspective on how they can use this new global thing, again, the market, to basically colonize almost every inch of the planet, at least financially. Because remember, the U.S. is not a country; it is a literal corporation. What the U.S. is all of the corporate interests and all of the corporate smaller to large empires that exist within empire that sometimes compete with each other, but not very often. A corporation's presence in another state where it siphons out resources and capital is very often, not always, but very often, simply put, much more efficient than what boots on the ground could ever do. Especially when you, quote unquote, normalize it, which it is normalized. Just guys with guns in your country, very difficult to normalize nowadays. I mean, God knows the Russians fucking just tried recently. But the Americans have a more indirect approach, even though when that approach breaks down, they still send the troops and still kill everybody. I mean, it is stripper money when Yugopnik sways up and down the pole as you throw him dollars so as to avoid the ads at the top of the
the hour exactly, brother, just like the ads right now. Do you want boring ads or do you want to throw stripper money at me, okay? I am your communist stripper. Do you want to see my sexy words do beautiful twerks on that pole of ideology? Well then, support the channel, throw those dollar bills at me by becoming a sub, or watch those ads and enjoy your blue balls. Thank you very much, Minor Threat, for throwing the stripper money at me. I'm your political stripper, YugopnikTwitch. The ad will play in exactly 1 minute and 10 seconds.
I want to shed some much-needed light on the three main ways that the U.S. became the global empire that it is today. Its literal colonies, its military, and the central role that it's come to occupy in the global economy. Let's start with the colonial territory of the U.S., because this is probably the most obvious and overlooked aspect of the American empire.
And thank you to a very, oh my god, you know, some big players walk into the strip club, and me as the main stripper of this Twitch strip club really notices, like a god with the 5 gifts up. Holy shit, I'm being showered in money, baby. Yeah, right on that pole, baby.
Now,
dude, this is very fucking weird. What am I doing?
U.S. started as a settler colony right off the bat. Most of us are familiar with America's expansion from the original British colonies in the east going west to cover this whole area we know today.
Building westward.
In the process, displacing and genocide.
Dude, somebody copy this because I'm not going to do it. But if somebody's starting a stream, literally, I mean, now it's most likely a bannable thing. But have a strip pole behind you, and every time there is a sub train, probably somebody did it, every time there's a subscriber train going, that content creator just stands up and starts doing pole dancing. And the more the hype train, the higher the hype train gets, the more intense the pole dancing becomes, okay? There you go. $1 million idea, literally. Literal $1 million idea. I will do it, but in a T-Rex suit. That is even better.
Fighting the native populations that stood in the way.
You're describing the entire Twitch meta in 2022. That's Korean Twitch.
Millions of people were killed, and millions of acres of land had to be stolen and resettled by American colonists to form the borders that we're all familiar with. But it didn't stop there. To go global, this project of manifest destiny had to start extending beyond the physical borders of North America. And that process created a U.S. that looks very different from what you...
Thank you very much, Sinatron. I'm just here when you become a millionaire and say I was a day one sub. Absolutely, brother. Let's fucking go. More millionaire communists up in this chat. Let's fucking go.
Usually think of. Here, take a look at this map. This used to be called the Greater U.S. And this is what it looks like when you isolate the American parts. Here you have, to a more accurate scale, the map we all know. The continental US, Alaska, and Hawaii are there, of course, but you also have the various territories under formal US control in 1941. Guam, American Samoa, the Philippines, Puerto Rico, the US Virgin Islands, the Pacific outlying islands, and the Caribbean outlying islands. Various territories with different legal statuses, most of which are still under US rule today, with a few of them almost as large or as wide as the mainland. What's crazy about this map is, well, first, the fact that it shows what we usually think of as the US as just one of many parts of a vast collection of territories. But also, it's crazy to think just how many people are actually represented here. Back in the 1940s, the inhabited territories outside the states...
We must increase representation of colonized people in American media, for all people deserve equal access to success in the U.S. That is why we must colonize more territories and bring more colonized minority CEOs to this beautiful, beautiful country. That is the American dream. We must give it to all by making everything America. Unironic pitch that would probably work.
unironic pitch that would probably work. Oh, yo, states, why are we like literally invading another country? Well, we're just bringing them the American way of life. Wait, it did work. That's the main pitch since fucking 1960s to pretty much 2015. We are bringing them democracy. We are bringing them the American way of life. And if they shoot back, that's because they hate our freedoms. That was the literal pitch, and it worked on your parents, chat. It worked on your fucking parents, okay? It actually worked on your parents. Thank you very much, Kakfira, for the 3 months, and thank you very much, Revomirvs, for the sub with Prime. Welcome to the community, friend. Let's go, child soldiers, baby.
Had a combined population of 19 million people, meaning if you lived under the US's jurisdiction in any of the places on this map, there was about a 1 in 8 chance it wasn't here. But there's almost no chance that the rest of the population ever thought of things that way. Back in the 1940s, Americans on the mainland probably never regarded themselves as co-citizens with those living in US territories or thought of those places as American. To be fair, that's probably still true today for places like Guam or Puerto Rico. Not for any nefarious reasons necessarily, but because odds are that most Americans just wouldn't hear about them. According to Daniel Immerwahr, the author of How to Hide an Empire, the average mainland American in the 1930s was about twice as likely to hear about Brazil or Poland in the newspaper than a place like the Philippines, a territory with some 10 to 15 million people living under US rule. That's a very different reality than for those who lived in these US territories. You simply couldn't escape daily life under the empire and your secondary status within it.
It's between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. here, brother.
Occupation, colonization, or whatever it was called in your specific area usually meant saluting the Stars and Stripes, being forced to learn English and US history at school, using American dollars, and celebrating things like Thanksgiving. Most of the time, doing all of this without the same guarantees of constitutional rights as on the mainland, with little say in the government that dictates your daily life, and usually being subject to a lot of colonial violence to boot. Fast forward a bit, and this sort of territorial control expanded during World War II. Adding to the likes of Guam, American Samoa, and the Philippines, the US gained massive territorial holdings during the war.
You know, you gotta love it, chat, when you don't have all the fucking civil liberties, but then if the US needs to go to war somewhere, they come in and like, okay, now you have to follow through on your civil duties and send your sons and daughters to die abroad. I love it, I love it.
By occupying parts of Germany, Korea, Japan, and Austria, for example. We don't usually think of these as territorial growth, but to give you an idea, at the end of 1945, there were more people living under American rule outside the mainland than within it. With the new occupations, 135 million people lived under US control, but weren't on the map that hangs in every classroom. It's not until very recently that this country stopped looking a lot like the British Empire. But things changed dramatically after World War II. After the war, two things happened. The US simultaneously decolonized and
US be like, yo, I can't colonize, I'm a colony myself, bro. US be like meta colony, dude. But yeah, it's insane.
Actually gave up a lot of occupied territory that it had acquired over the last century, but at the same time, while the highlighted areas on the map slowly faded and the US pulled back, the country's control over the world actually greatly increased as it calcified into a permanent, truly global military force. After the war, the US was standing at the summit of the world, according to Winston Churchill. Relatively unscathed compared to the destruction we saw in Europe and the overseas territories like the Philippines, the US, quote, made more goods, had more oil, held more gold, and possessed more planes than all other countries combined. It had one of the biggest militaries, controlled or occupied absurd amounts of land and people, and emerged on the winning side of the war without the same casualties as the USSR and the rest of the Allied forces. With its massive material wealth and million-strong army.
You know, that's why some people say, you know, the US won the World War II and everybody else lost. Because they came out of that shit like fucking god emperors.
The US could have easily done like every imperial power before it. continue acquiring more territories, maybe even annex major European nations and their colonies, incredibly weak after the war, and establish a new, truly global empire on the scale of something like the British. But instead, the US did something surprising and gave up territory. Let go of the Philippines, stopped annexing new areas, gave up running entire countries.
Yeah, because you don't have to when you can have the market fucking integrate themselves in those places. Because what is the purpose of a colony? What is the purpose of a colony, chat? What? Getting resources out of them and selling them your products and making money out of their consumer public, okay? That is the whole fucking point. If there is a way through which you can do that without needing to deploy American troops on the ground, without needing to spend thousands upon thousands of millions of dollars to make sure that everybody there listens to you, then that's what you're gonna do. And the US completely integrated itself, again, not as a country, but as a massive fucking conglomerate of corporations, in that new vision on how to further expropriate resources and define the consumer publics there as consumers of American products. And that's exactly what they did. And it was really fucking smart and very fucked up.
And even began echoing the Soviet Union's pro-decolonization rhetoric. Why? Well, for starters, socialist, nationalist, or otherwise decolonial movements in Asia and Africa made operating like the old empires just too costly for the West. Civil wars broke out, and countries were gaining independence almost
It's just not
everywhere
pragmatic.
you looked.
It wasn't.
In the face of this, fighting wars on dozens of fronts to set up new colonial administrations was not really an enticing future for US leadership when you can literally see the empires around you slowly losing their global dominance. Second, the emerging Cold War and the US's realignment against the USSR needed convincing rhetoric.
Yet we know that Russia today is regarded as a grave threat to our nation, to our freedom, to the peace of the world.
Anti-colonial movements under the European empires just wouldn't ally with the US in its anti-communist project if they were going to be right back under a formal empire immediately after. Culturally, the USSR had successfully made anti-colonialism the moral high ground, and the US couldn't argue the opposite and get organic support. Most importantly, though, the US realized it just didn't need to be a formal empire and
because you
repeat
do
old
not,
mistake.
when you do not operate a pure market economy, and when you do not operate under semi-reformed or completely unreformed capitalist principles of eternal profit, growth, etc., you do not need colonies, right? So it's very easy for any state that is. The only way for you to be a true 100% believer in decolonization and anti-imperialism is by also rejecting capitalism, because imperialism is basically a capitalist state needing to fuel its ever-growing domestic consumer habits by expropriating those markets to other places and expropriating resource extraction outside of the mainland country, etc., etc. So you basically lose the whole point on why to do it if you remove that part of the equation from the equation.
To reap imperial benefits. Why set up a colonial administration when a few bases and a little economic nudge would do?
Exactly.
Look at this map. The first thing the US did after formally releasing some of its colonies and choosing not to acquire any more was to set up a global system of military bases. While the US already had a few of these set up, mostly in its own colonial holdings, the end of the war came with a huge boom in these installations around the world. Most surprisingly, outside of countries that the US laid a formal claim to or had recently let go of. Today, the US has around 800 bases all over the world, an approximate
2.5 Denmarks. 2.5 Denmark's worth of territories, over 100,000 square kilometers. Imagine how big your city is, okay? Imagine how big your city is. Now, probably times 150? No, times 600-700. That's how much fucking territories they have if you're from a big city.
173,000 troops are deployed in, we think, about 159 countries. None of these numbers are exact. We don't know for a fact every single base, airspace, lily pad, or other US military installation out there, because a lot of that info is kept secret. According to Immervar's estimates, though, we can put these numbers in perspective. There are only about 30 overseas military bases.
Americans will literally use Denmark as a unit of measurement before they'll use metric. I'm helping out I'm kind of fucking up because I'm trying to help out the Americans in chat to understand just how vast the colonial project is. At least when it comes to their literal placement of bases. But you know why I'm fucking up? Because I'm using Denmark's as a measurement as well. You think that the average American even knows how big Denmark is? They probably are like, what is this fucking Eastern European piece of shit fucking saying? Is Denmark like another gay metric that the fucking Europeans use? What the fuck is a Denmark? Is my house like 1/3 of a Denmark? What's a Denmark? How many Denmarks is this dick? You know? At least 3 Rhode Islands.
Not owned and operated by the US in the entire world. Britain and France have 13. Russia has 9.
Didn't have to look it up. There you go. I'm correct.
And a few other countries have 1. Even
you looked up compared to Denmark, how big is your schlong? You know? At least it's not in Ohio. Absolutely. Is Denmark a brand of printers? Denmark? What's that? Like a Walmart parking lot? You have to use Texas or Big Macs as a unit of measurement. Okay, let's size of Big Mac. I'm not kidding. Size of Big Mac in centimeters. Big Mac actual size is around. Fuck off. Does it say? Please set your diagonal monitor. What are the dimensions? The dimensions of a Big Mac. Okay. It's all calories. No, I could calculate how many calories worth of Big Macs does the US occupy around the world. Maybe you'll understand that. Oh, God. Oh. So how many calories worth of Big Macs does the U.S. occupy around the world? That is the question nobody is asking. Thank you, Gabriel, for 100 bits. How many bullets per square child is a meter?
If our numbers are way off, that's it for the rest of the world. There's just no comparison with the...
Okay, the Big Mac is 3.75 inches. Wait, let me open a calculator. Okay, so, come on. Open. Where's my calculator? Okay, there's my calculator. You can't see it on screen, but I'm doing big math here, okay? 3.75 times 2.75. Tall. But, okay, that's the tall. I need the diameter, I need the tall, and I need, is the... diameter perfect on both sides? Is it a perfect circle? Okay, it's 10 square inches. Okay, it's a perfect circle. Okay, I don't need that shit. Okay, so it's 10 inches. It's 10 inches, and now 10 square inches. Square inches to square centimeter. Square meter, actually, okay? So 10 square inches is 0.06. Okay, I'm very bad at math. Don't fucking kill me here, okay? So one Big Mac is 0.06 square meters, okay? So now...
A new child soldier, subscriber.
So now we divide 103,000 to be specific, 103,000 square, but no, that's square kilometers, right? To square kilometers, shit. Okay, oh my God, no, what the fuck is this, man? Somebody smarter do this. Thank you, Uncanny Trickster, very much for the resub, you fucking G. Put the comma on the left, but how many commas, man? There's There's a lot of zeros after that point. Exactly. Okay, I know how to make it better. Okay, so if it's 0.06, I will turn... Wait, another page. I know how to... Okay, now I do square meter to square kilometer. It's again with the fucking with pi and shit. Basically, it's hundreds of billions of burgers, okay? Thank you, Kakao. Thank you, you fucking G. Okay, so this is it. This is the number, okay? This is how many square kilometers a single burger is, okay? This is how many square kilometers a single burger is, okay? How many square kilometers a single burger is. That means... Where's my calculator? I think my MacBook is glitching. Okay, so 103,000 kilometers divided by 0.0000000000665. If my calculations are correct, what the fuck? Oh, wait, where did it go? Oh, I gotta do it again. 103,000 divided by... Okay, copy this. Equals... Okay, it's a lot. Let me type it out for you. How many burgers worth of territory does the U.S. hold? Okay, it's 158, 461, 538, 461, 5384. Okay, that is how many burgers, Big Macs worth of territory,
subscriber,
the United States holds in terms of bases all around the world. Okay. I don't even know what the fuck that number is, dude. Somebody tell me what. Somebody Google. I'm gonna post in chat. What is this number? What do we call this number? What do we call? That is how many Big Macs worth of territory. 1.5 quadrillion. That is 1.58 quadrillion Big Macs that the United States has occupied all over the world. 1.58 quadrillion. Quadrillion. USA on top, baby. Okay? USA on top. So instead of supporting the military-industrial complex, the United States could give every citizen what looks like around 3,000 burgers, okay? Every citizen could get around 3,000 burgers instead of them having to occupy half of the planet. If there's a reason that Americans will actually do a revolution for, it's for 3,000 burgers for each citizen, okay? 3,000 burgers for each citizen if you dismantle your military-industrial complex. What are Americans doing? What are Americans doing? Why are you not out in the streets right now after you heard this information? I want the streets burning, for every burger must be returned to the rightful hands of the American citizenry, brothers. Thank you very much. Stop giving a shit for the sub. Thank you very much, Bibi Baba, USA, USA. And thank you, stop giving a shit again for the 5 gift subs. It looks like you are giving some shit at least. Thank you very, very kindly. But yes, we calculated it. Kind of screen cap this or do whatever you want with this. It's 1.58 quadrillion burgers. That is how much America is occupying. And if you want to make some very cool graphs for Twitter, make sure you at me in the comments, okay? This is real science. This is what you come here for. 1.58 trillion burgers worth of occupied territory. Absolutely incredible. Calculated in subways. No, man, my brain is already melting too, man. Calculated in fries. Fuck you. So if it's 1.5 quadrillion, it's probably at least like 6 quadrillion worth. No, it's probably like 150 quadrillion fries. Probably. At least 150 quadrillion fries. In chicken nuggets. Fuck you. How many nuggies? How many tendies can you convert to Burger King Whoppers? You know this video. I play it like once a month because it's one of my favorite videos. Dune American chant. You know this one.
Hamburger, hamburger, hum. Hamburger, 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 hum. Hamburger, 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 hum. Hamburger, 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 hum. Hamburger, hamburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger. Big Mac, Big Mac, Big Mac, Big Mac, Whopper, 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 Whopper. Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper. Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper. Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper. Big Mac, Whopper.
This is what American troops get played in their headphones whenever they need to attack a territory. Whenever they need to ensure more hamburgers worth of territory all over the world, okay? This is cultural appropriation.
800 sites the US maintains globally. So how did this happen? See,
I actually really want a burger right now. Guys, if you're hungry, go get 1 quadrillionth of of the U.S. occupation around the world worth of a burger. Dude, I'm giving you the greatest excuse to fucking overeat tonight, because when you buy like 2-3 Big Macs, I need at least 3 Big Macs to feel full. You can literally say, dude, this is nothing. What, 3 Big Macs? This is nothing. The U.S. occupies 1.58 trillion worth of Big Macs, quadrillion worth of Big Macs around the world. This is your ultimate guide to be able to talk about politics whenever you go hit up a McDonald's with your bros. You know, your bros are just sitting there, you know, they want to enjoy a nice day, eat a nice burger. I mean, a very mediocre burger, but okay. And they don't want to talk about politics, but you know, always got to be that toxic piece of shit friend that makes everything about communism and anti-imperialism. And you're like, you see that burger? Can you imagine 1 million of those? Can you imagine 1 billion of those? Well, the U.S. occupies 1.58 quadrillion burgers worth of foreign territory. Oh, Lord.
The U.S. didn't quite handle decolonial negotiations in total fairness or in line with its professed ideals of championing democracy around the world.
By the way, we're moving up in the world, chat. Remember when I would use toilet paper like a proper broke boy? Now as we're getting closer and closer to being a billionaire 1K Andy, okay? To being a 1.3K sub motherfucker. I don't use toilet paper. I have one of these. Look, I have one of these. Talk about going up in the world, dude. Look, you just do this. Oh, magic! Magic! And then you go blow your nose. I added 2 extra zeros, so it's actually 6,656,178,312,356. Thank you very much, Jaco. Fucking G. So it's that many burgers. It's 6 trillion burgers. That's a lot of burgers, man. That is a lot of burgers.
Sure, it left the Philippines without much of a fight, but reconstruction came with a price. The country would agree to a few U.S. military bases strategically placed near the countries it wanted to keep an eye on. Sure, Hawaii was granted statehood, but in exchange, the island of Koho'olawe was almost entirely turned over for military use as a training facility and gun range. Sure, citizens of Guam got more rights and citizenship after the war, but now over a quarter of the island is used for military bases today. Same goes for countries like Japan, Germany, and South Korea, who were all occupied by the US in some capacity and got the same treatment. They all have...
Somebody divide that number of burgers with how many American citizens they are so that we know that if the U.S. closes all of its bases around the world, how many burgers it will be able to give its population. We have finally found a strong enough argument for Americans to embrace revolutionary fervor, okay? They're getting burgers, okay? Sir, too much math, yeah.
Have somewhere around 100 bases each today. Let's zoom out for a second and just imagine if the US experienced the same treatment. Imagine if tomorrow foreign military forces, say from enemy states like China or Russia, were stationed all over the country or at various points near the border. It's probably not a comfortable idea, and for most countries out there, it's unfortunately the norm. And there's a point to the US having this kind of reach. These American bases all over the world serve a purpose. For countries with smaller militaries, these bases keep them surrounded. For our allies, American bases near or in their major cities keep these countries in line.
No, we need to calculate how much money is wasted on bases versus cost of a burger rather than square kilometer. Hey, my logic is 100% correct, okay? Stop being fucking smart, okay? My chatters, you're not allowed to outsmart me. No, you are completely right. You're absolutely right. But imagine that amount of math, okay?
And these permanent...
And all I'm doing right now is craving a motherfucking burger, dude. Like, I'm really hungry now.
Sites with some...
I'm actually driving to my grandma's later. I'm driving to my grandma's. That's why we're going to stream all the way on Wednesday. We're going to stream Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week. But yeah, I'm going to my grandma's. I'm going to sleep over at my grandma's.
Times 100-year-long leases can serve many purposes for the US. They can easily be used either as a place to keep nuclear weapons pointed outwards, a central location for spying operations, or just a home for boots on the ground to protect nearby points of interest like oil wells in foreign nations that are supposed to be sovereign. In complete contradiction with the official messaging that says they're there to spread democracy or ensure peace, bases, unsurprisingly, often prompt the states they surround into ramping up their own military spending, increasing the threat of war in the process. In some cases, these bases simply serve as protection for the despots the US is aligned with, a permanent reminder that the US is just a step away if people start rising up against their government. Overall, these installations are there to keep these countries, basically every country on Earth with a base within or near its borders, in line with American corporate interests, preventing them from making sovereign decisions about what American politicians like to call our oil interests here in the US. Finally, these bases can also serve as the command center for disinformation campaigns. Take Swan Island, for example. During the 60s, the CIA ran a covert radio station out of these islands in the Caribbean. Posing as a private radio station, the agency blasted Cuba, the rest of the Caribbean, and a huge chunk of Latin America, something like 50 million listeners, with propaganda against Fidel Castro and the Cuban government. On Radio Swan, you could hear false news reports and even homophobic statements about politicians like Raul Castro, as the CIA used every method available to instigate a coup against the first Cuban...
Dude, the first right-wing podcast was founded by the US government. The first... The first right-wing podcast has been made by the US. The first podcast of all time was made by the CIA, dude. And the whole podcast was like, yo, Castro's brother's fucking gay, dude. The first podcast was made by the CIA, and it was all about how Castro's brother is fucking gay. Hakthua, eh? Hakthua, more like CIA, your brother is gay, yeah.
Cuban government to have successfully kicked out American corporations. Corporations that, for decades, had enriched themselves off Cuba's sugar plantations and oil refineries.
And now the Haktua, the greatest podcast ever made, is actually co-sponsored by the Chinese Communist Party to further degrade the American spirit and intelligence. The same way the Chinese are like, oh, you did the opioid wars on us? Opioid wars on us? Here, we will send fentanyl to your fucking country. They're also like, oh, you want to convince people not to support Xi Jinping? We will throw a fucking proverbial nuke at you, which is the Hok Thua podcast. Tok Tua is great against the American dream. It's a threat against the American dream.
While keeping the country's working people in a state of abject poverty under a US-backed puppet government. On a related note, these
Tua girl is a Maoist.
bases can also be used as launching points.
Fun fact, my grandfather tried to kill Fidel What? Landed in jail, and during the Mariel boat lift was released. And that's how my family got to Miami. That is crazy. That is crazy. And you're here now? What the fuck? Why are you here? I mean, no, you're very welcome to be here, but how are you not like an unhinged reactionary? It's incredible. You should be very proud of yourself. You really should.
Points for invasions and wars at a moment's notice, or serve as coordination sites for foreign interference. Here again, the US is unmatched on the global stage. Since 1991, the US has launched...
You're founded by CCP2. My pay comes from CCP, so you're 0.0000001% funded by the CCP. Very proudly, very proudly. Anytime I get an anonymous gift in chat, it's directly from Xi Jinping. Don't you know that?
Over 250 military interventions.
My grandfather was collaboration with the US. Yeah, dude. Half of my family were fucking atheist, crazy fucking communist partisans that were like fucking chalking grenades into Nazi people's apartments. And the other were like fucking borderline collaborators and monarchists and shit. It's the story of most families. It's what it is.
Interventions by its own admission, and made over 350 coup attempts since 1982. If any of this feels outdated or from a different era, like the Cold War, here's John Bolton, former national...
Minor threat. To complete... Sorry, I'm pausing a lot today. I apologize, chat. To complete the thought, you can buy 173... But what is that? Is that a trillion? No, it should be a billion. You can buy 173 billion Big Macs with the U.S. military budget, meaning every U.S. citizen could get 519 Big Macs annually if we dismantle the military. Now, if I've ever heard an argument for dismantling the U.S. military-industrial complex, that is it. 519 soft, juicy, thick Big Macs available to you. That is more than one Big Mac a day, okay? That is more than a Big Mac a day. Some days you're going to get even 3. If you don't want to dismantle the military-industrial complex because it is absolutely unhinged, that we still have empire in the 21st century that feeds capitalism, which is also destroying your every minute of every day of your life, including our beautiful planet, do it for the burgers. You get a burger. You get a burger. You get a burger. You get a burger. Okay? Everybody gets a burger, except the U.S. The U.S. doesn't get bombs.
Security advisor in 2022.
One doesn't have to be brilliant.
Every proper Slav gotta love the grandparents that gave death therapy to the Nazis. Oh, absolutely. A lot of death therapy. We'll send it out. I'll tell you that. Thank you for the 100 bits, you fucking legend. Speaking of burgers, how much does a Big Mac cost in the U.S.? Okay? You can buy me a Big Mac, and in return, you will not have to watch ads about Big Macs. By simply subscribing with one Big Mac a month, you can avoid both the advertising, and I promise you that my propaganda will increase to such a point that I will single-handedly dismantle the military-industrial complex, which will see a return of over 516 Big Macs a year. So for only a price of one Big Mac, you will get 516 Big Macs a year every year for the rest of your life. And plus, you don't have to watch ads. I have not heard about a better ad pitch than this. Do it for the burgers, not for the cause. The ad plays in 3 minutes and 7 seconds.
To attempt a coup?
I disagree with that. As somebody who has helped plan coup d'etat, not here, but, other places, it takes a lot of work. And that's not what he did.
When we were talking about what is capable, what you need to do to be able to plan a coup, and you cited your expertise having planned coups.
I'm not going to get into the specifics.
And here's James Woolsey, former CIA director in 2018.
under their wing.
Have we ever tried to meddle in other countries' elections?
Oh, probably, but it was for the good of the system in order to avoid the communists from taking over. For example, in Europe, in 47, 48, 49, the Greeks and the Italians,
We don't do that now, though. We don't mess around other people's elections,
only
Such
for a very
classic.
good
Can you
cause.
do that? Do a Vine video on this former CIA director.
Only for a very good cause in the
Okay.
interests of democracy.
All right, thanks for being here. It's always great.
This actually neatly transitions into the last pillar of American imperialism abroad, economic power. Since World War II, the global economy has been absolutely dominated by the US.
I'm unironically so fucking hungry now, chat. I'm so fucking hungry. I'm so fucking hungry. I can't even concentrate. I can't do anything. Why the fuck did we have to calculate burgers? The god fucking damn it, dude. This is extremely serious, extremely well-crafted video, and I can't fucking take it seriously because I want to eat shit. Son of a fucking bitch, man. Seriously.
Part of that is because the GDP of this country is massive. A lot of trade happens between the US and other countries. But that's only a small, declining part of—
Eat shit? I don't have shit. I don't have shit. My girlfriend's in Italy for a fucking work conference, and I don't have shit because I'm a fucking toxic, masochistic, fucking misogynist man who has no food at home when there's no woman at home.
the full-scale economic power of the US. Once again, after World War II, the US, along with the IMF and the World Bank, two institutions in which the US is the only country with veto power.
Hello everyone, I'm starting my drive home and I will stop at McDonald's to get food for everyone. What does everyone want? Fuck you, Debo. Fuck you, Debo. Then fuck you. Like, genuinely. Motherfucker. Motherfucker.
Or, by the way, went to work opening countries up to American money. Coups and territorial/military expansion weren't enough. Through policies like the Marshall Plan in Europe and conditional loans in the Global South demanding countries reduce their government spending.
Should we tell you about the food we're currently eating? I'm literally going to stop reading chat, man. You guys are absolute asses.
And sell off their assets to American corporations, the US fashioned a global order in which American capital, much like the American military, could freely move in and out of most countries. While people are mostly stuck within their borders, American capitalists can now freely buy up assets or set up factories wherever they please. Meaning, wherever workers are the cheapest, labor laws are the weakest, and natural resources are the least well defended. All of that without needing to set up any official colonial government, just signing a couple free trade treaties and letting American money do the talking. This unprecedented access to the resources and wealth of other countries means that, by 2012, American companies owned 46% of all publicly listed shares of the top 500 corporations in the world. For a country representing about 4% of the world's population, this gives American CEOs unrivaled power and control over the wealth produced globally. And this is only compounded by the fact that since 1971, the US replaced the global gold standard with the American dollar. See, to participate in the global economy today, you pretty much need US dollars, particularly if what you're trying to buy is oil, which pretty much every country wants and is priced against the dollar. While countries
I'm
can
such a
sometimes
basic
trade
bro, dude. I'm such a basic Eastern European bro. This is the only thing I have. I have pumpkin seeds. Which I can't eat through my fucking mask, okay? Can you guys Venmo me some money? I just realized I don't get paid until next Friday. Would appreciate if you could help a fellow pro-socialist provide for this make-believe fantasy. Get us all the burgers, brother. But yeah. I'll eat this now somehow through the mask.
in their own currencies with some reciprocity, it often isn't possible to supply all your needs without using dollars. And this means that most countries' central banks are forced to add dollars to their international reserves if they want to have access to the outside world. Many countries are now, therefore, deeply embedded in American monetary policy, whether they want to be or not, allowing the US's ability to create new money or tweak interest rates to dictate massive chunks of the global economy in its favor with a single keystroke.
Let me see if I still have the other mask.
And if all this wasn't enough, the final way the US flexes its economic power is through sanctions. Here again, nobody is on the US's level. Today, 1/3 of all nations and around 60% of all poor countries now face some form of US sanctions. In total, the US has some 15,000 active sanctions, 3 times as many as the next country and breaking all historical records.
God bless whatever chatter told me to take this, brother.
This mask is disgusting. It is disgusting, okay? It is disgusting, the eating mask. I think I've used the eating mask in like months. It's got fucking a little bit of food right here. It's disgusting, okay? It's disgusting. But it is the eating mask, so I'll presume to eat.
This, and the fact that so much trade happens in dollars, means that denying...
So yes, this stream now, in this part, is just turning into I'm gonna eat with you, chat, and we're gonna watch things. I'm gonna eat more than I actually do commentary, so it's time to properly steal content fully, okay? It's a content theft socialist mukbang. Let's go.
Access to the dollar, like many sanctions do, can completely cripple countries. Not just their economies, like we often hear.
Thank you, Gabriel, for 100 bits. Well, we'll get you a proper GIMP mask, you, in a nice spandex suit.
It reported on the news. Sanctions, while often seeming much less dramatic than war, can be just as, if not more brutal for average people's livelihoods. The 60-year embargo on Cuba, for example, has meant that any company or country that wishes to trade with Cuba risks facing sanctions of their own. Faced with the choice between the massive market of the US and the tiny island of Cuba, most companies make the sensible decision. The consequence of almost everybody cutting Cuba off this way puts millions of lives at risk. And that's on purpose. In the US government's own words, the sanctions are there to, quote, decrease monetary and real wages, to bring about hunger and desperation in the hopes that enough suffering will mean a coup against the Communist Party of Cuba. You already know that it hasn't worked. It's just meant people die without access to food, water, or medicine that is plentiful just outside the country's borders.
When you are the only world superpower, like there's everything is at your disposal when it comes to crushing another state. So you always need to remember when they actually deploy soldiers, either they believe that their military-industrial complex is in relative financial crisis, and they just want to make a lot more money for a lot more new guns that need to equip our military during active duty posting. Or their interests are so massively endangered in that particular part of the world that they are willing to go through the usually very unpopular, at least domestically, policy of, going abroad and American soldiers dying, brother. Thank you, Slater Sand, very much. 6 months of successful indoctrination. Let's go, baby. The burgers shall be given to all the child soldiers, baby.
Everywhere you look, this map just feels inadequate. Sandwiched between 2 other countries on a continent...
Dude, chat, I'm kidding. It's not that fucking dirty. It's not that dirty. I just haven't worn it in like 2-3 months, so I have no idea what's touching my face right now, okay? I'm on my Asmongold arc, okay? I'm on my Asmongold mark. I usually shower twice a day. I'm the opposite of Asmongold, but today we're on Asmongold arc, okay?
Far away from Africa, Asia, and Europe, the US looks small. It fades into the jigsaw puzzle of...
I've worn it last 2 months ago and I haven't washed it since then. It's been sitting in a wardrobe.
Borders and ocean fronts. It doesn't seem like much. But this is not what the US is. It's this, and this, and this. An empire. An empire that has overstayed its welcome around the world. An empire that...
Does that just mean you're on your racism mark? No, not that one. We only don't clean here, okay?
Casually destroys millions of lives because it makes them money. Empires always make the same mistakes. And eventually, every empire falls.
I recently started preferring the pumpkin ones. Thank you very much, JT. Everybody go subscribe to JT right now. Brilliant content creator and dear friend.
Short for
What do Wall Street quants actually do? Okay, that's the next video. Mods, please adjust the title. I love you very much.
quantitative. They're a special type of nerd that has come to invade our beautiful world of finance. I've always imagined...
Here we do a little bit of quants ourselves. We've calculated that 1.5 quadrillion burgers worth of space is what the United States occupies around the world. And we do a little bit of quant, you know.
Imagine the classic Wall Street trader to be your typical handsome fella who knows how to handle the cross...
Kažete da priznate da JT u stvari naš čovjek po imenu Jovan Todorović. No, JT Chapmanovic. JT Chapmanovic, okay? Ili Chapmanov.
In a non-disclosure agreement. But lately it's come to my attention that the real wolves of Wall Street are not charismatic Buck Mason bros, but instead this army of reclusive dweebs who are pulling in fat salaries and wrestling with complex mathematical algorithms that would make my old buddies on the trading floor commit seppuku inside of a just salad. Learning about quants, folks, has truly turned my world upside down. So put on your sweatpants, pick up your calculators, and leave those boat shoes in the mudroom. We're about to learn. Today, quantitative strategies are incorporated across the financial industry. But when people say quant, they're probably referring to the most famous type.
Revenge of the nerds. Isn't, like, to an extent, all of the higher echelons of corporate America just a continuous revenge of the nerds? Like the Zuckerbergs, the Bezoses, the quants guy in Wall Street. Just a bunch of fucking, you know, nerds. They were like, no, we will not fight capitalism. We will mold it to our mold, to our needs.
Traders and researchers at fancy hedge funds and investment firms like Jane Street, Citadel.
I liked your recent video on insane ideologies. Do you know about Moldbug and his influence on the Peter Thiel, J.D. Vance types? No, Moldbug. I'll write it. I'll check it up. Thank you very much, Gyro.
And 2 Sigma. These quants use financial models to try to pin down the future value of securities, commodities, currencies, and all types of financial products, and it's a job usually given to young people fresh out of top-tier schools and seasoned from years of math competitions and Adderall. And it's these peeps who generate a lot of moolah and a lot of buzz.
What exactly is a quant?
What's a quant?
Capitalism successfully commodified the nerds, bro.
Pinnacle of finance.
They get paid a lot, like $500,000.
$250 an hour.
5 to 700K total comp.
It's almost as much as Twitch streamers like myself make.
How do I become a quant?
That's my quant.
You're what?
We are Twitch streamers are the Wall Street quants of non-nerdiness.
My quantitative, my math specialist. Look at him. You notice anything different about him?
So who exactly are the people behind the monitors? I spoke to some smarties who have been inside the world of quant in various ways, some of whom prefer...
This picture is incorrect. Guess why? And now imagine I did a sexist joke about how there's no women that are in quant. But I would never do that because that would be a fucked up sexist joke. You know?
To stay anonymous, but none of whom were afraid to give it to Papa journalism fast and straight. What do
The quants are serving quant. I'm serving quant.
quants actually do?
Right. Code and do maths.
Well, great. This has been a lovely interview.
A lot of math and a lot of computer science. As a quant, a signal in the market is just anything that can happen that we think is predictive of something else. The signals that quants excel at are things that your average banker would never in a million years notice. Things that are buried into the math. Stuff you can only find with big amounts of data analysis and machine learning. There's huge...
This just sounds like a bunch of dudes that like everybody else believes that they're smart because they got these, you know, these degrees, and they probably are smart, but they found an industry so populated by just, you know, basic bros that they manipulated them into thinking that there is a need for such a position, and that if you analyze the numbers well enough, because they're very complex, bro, you're going to figure out where the market is going. And all the bros were like, holy shit, yeah, he's smart, he's probably going to do that. And just throw money at them. Meanwhile, they don't do nothing. They don't do nothing.
amounts of research on being able to predict the weather in like Nebraska 5 days from now, because if we figure out that it's going to be 3 degrees hotter than it actually like the weather forecast predicts, then we know that a pipeline that's carrying oil from the Northeast to Texas going through Nebraska might cost an extra 10 microcents per liter, so we can, you know, adjust those markets ever so slightly.
I obviously had no idea what he was talking about. So to learn more about how the hell bookworm freaks like him ended up in finance, I had to go back to the beginning.
For those of you you who do not know, a Marxist created the first hedge fund. We learned this here as well. So tune in more often so you can hear incredible shit like 1.5 quadrillion burgers worth of territory is currently occupied by the United States abroad, and a Marxist invented the hedge fund.
Which for quants means the Renaissance.
Things that really matter.
Technologies. Renaissance Technologies. A leader of the quant trading movement and founded in 1982, Renaissance Technologies is a trading firm who embraced algorithms years before everything else in the world embraced algorithms. Renaissance's king dork was Jim Simons, one of the few early mathematicians who brought their talents from the halls of academia to Wall Street in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, so he's a pioneer. I wouldn't say he's the pioneer, the only pioneer, is among the pioneers of this quantitative push.
Gregory Zuckerman is an investigative reporter at the Wall Street.
Autismo Roy, fit is looking extremely Eastern European today. I love it. Thank you. I was wearing my normal mask. I hate this mask. It's very LARPy. But I'm eating now, so that's why. It's eating mask time. Yeah! Remember when we started streaming and there was a whole fucking segment. Eating mask time.
Journal and author of The Man Who Solved the Market, a biography of Jim Simons.
If he had only done mathematics, he'd be worthy of a book and all kinds of recognition. And
so
he gave...
to teach you proper Eastern European style, okay, bled. You need to, when you take these, right, you need to suck them first. So you take it, suck it. You take it, like Jesus, I sound like a freak. So to get all the salt from it and all the taste, and then you break it up. You know? And take all the juices from inside, you know? So it's empty and you throw out the rest. So, again, first you take one, a nice one, you know, put it in the mouth, you know, swirl it all around the mouth. It's pretty disgusting, I know. You take it out, again, no, and you know, you get it out. It's fucking awesome. It's so fucking tasty, dude. It's so good. Just eat the shell too. Fuck it. Yeah, let's go. Fuck up my stomach. No, I to this day, I'm not sure if our parents lied to us, or if it's actually true. If you eat too much of the shells, you can get the infection of that useless, thing, the thing in the stomach that's useless, that a lot of people, you know, get rid of. Appendix, yes. You can get an appendix in inflammation if you eat too many of this, yes. Appendicitis, yes.
Gave it all up to go into trading and investing. His firm, it's called Renaissance Technologies. And
so I have no idea if that's true or she just lied to me so I don't eat them, you know?
The key hedge fund, Medallion, is the greatest money-making entity Wall Street's ever seen. Their average returns are 66% a year over many, many decades.
For context, averaging 66% in returns.
The Palestinians also like to eat roasted pumpkin seeds. Fuck yeah, man. It's absolutely incredible. All nations of the world must embrace the pumpkin seed.
Is literally better than any investor you've ever heard of. Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, Wilmer Guffins, George Soros. Literally none of these guys even came close to that number, not even the one I made up. But why then isn't Slim Jim as big of a name as these guys?
He was very secretive. He didn't want the acclaim. If anything, he avoided it. It was a really difficult project to write this book. People weren't allowed to talk to me. They're not allowed to talk in general. They have these really thick NDAs.
And it turns out the secrecy that defined Renaissance is actually quite characteristic of the quant industry in general.
They're worried someone's going to pick up on some of their secrets. They don't let people talk, and they sue you if you go to another firm.
So if you're, going on yapping about, this wacky new trading strategy you found, they're going to go implement it at their firm, and you're going to lose all your edge, because you can't have edge in the market when everyone knows what you know. All of the value is...
Yes, you must goon in the market, never only edge.
...to be had in being the only
I'm really sorry, I'm fucking 12 today.
...that knows what's going on in that specific scenario.
Fortunately for these firms, under the radar is how their mathletes like to operate.
These are academics, these are kind of quirky people. They're not people that bask in the limelight at all. They run from the limelight.
So I enjoyed solving maths as a kid. I used to enjoy the process of being able to apply some solution and get some exact answer and know that it was correct. I enjoyed having to think about kind of work out the puzzle. And I think after a while, you can kind of get addicted to that feeling of trying to solve these problems.
They're not really motivated as much by money, even though money is certainly a part of it. You know, these are people who just want to solve basically interesting problems. I think it's a completely different motive.
How about you solve the problem of the inadequacies of this fucking system, but completely... No, you want to solve problems that also make you money. That's why you work in fucking finance, and that's absolutely okay. Get the fucking bread, but stop making it about something more complex than what it is. Okay, you sold your soul to the fucking devil. At least fucking have fun with it, Jesus Christ.
Motivator in some ways than other parts of the banking world.
Right. I mean, I'm sure the salary doesn't hurt either, I imagine.
Right.
But even if these basement-lurking money droids don't seek the limelight has certainly found them. By 2017, quantitative funds accounted for over a quarter of all US stock market trading. And unlike the Ivy League acapella wars of 2013, I'm not the first one to report on this. Quants becoming a central player in finance is bold news. But as the amount of the market that we're putting into the hands of computers continues to grow, and as computers become more powerful, fear around algorithmic doomsday scenarios grows as well. Today, parts of these advanced programs are so-called black boxes, meaning we don't always know why algorithms recommend certain trades. Also, people are worried about fun stuff like AI going off the rails and making rogue buy and sell decisions. And then there's stuff that's already happened. For example, in August 2007, billions of dollars evaporated from the largest hedge funds after an algorithmic fire sale. Or maybe you look at what happened in 2010 when an automated trading software rapidly sold a shit ton of futures contracts to do with the S&P 500 and erased $1 trillion in market value. I remember that day well. Before dawn, I was lying in bed next to my second wife, my eyes wide open, peering over a field of frosted grass outside of our window, and I said, "Honey, I don't know what it is, but I feel like $1 trillion in market value will be erased from the S&P 500 today." And then she said, "Hush, Dan. I'm dreaming of a man who can make me climax." You know, we stayed together for 3 years after that, but in that moment I knew the relationship was over.
Sort of like the boogeyman today, where you can't figure out why the market moved, so it's got to be the quants. That's sort of like the instinctive explanation. And I think it's a little bit unfair. I don't think they're foolproof. I don't think they're necessarily so much better than everybody else, but we've had panics throughout history in financial markets, so we'll have...
Yeah, and maybe you should use that as understand that is why financial markets are so fucked up and they need reform, or even better, to be completely gotten rid of. you know, financial markets, they crash all the time. Mass poverty, death, and destruction. It's just a part of the system. If you drove a car that literally would fucking die on you every 2 months, would you think it's a good car? Or would you get another car? Okay? Maybe ride a bike. Okay? Well, that's what happens with the system. Something that we're like, oh, this works absolutely normally, yet crashes repeatedly all the time. All the time. We're like, no, this is normal. Don't change anything. This is normal. This is okay. Everything's going well. Go back to work. But how will I make others suffer without financial markets? Especially ours. Especially.
Some computer-oriented panics, downturns in the future, but we've had them in the past as well.
So then can I ask...
I would short my car every 2 months.
What's your read on the quant industry today? Have most hedge funds embraced quantitative trading as a strategy?
So there are two things when it comes to investing.
My car crashes every month, so be grateful. Exactly.
There's the idea of what to buy or sell, and there's how to buy or sell, what we call execution. When it comes to execution, pretty much everybody has embraced quantitative financing. Where to allocate, how to break up the trade so it doesn't move prices around. When it comes to the idea, the genesis of the thesis, what to buy, not everyone has embraced it. Not everyone should embrace it. Even the Renaissance people believe in man plus machine kind of thing, or more machine plus man.
So what do quants actually do? Well,
they serve quant.
They do a more...
They hook tua on that quant.
Precise academic version of what we all do in this green, flat Amex card-shaped world of finance. They speculate. They gamble. They try as hard as they can to turn uncertainties into certainties, all in the glorious name of getting the bag. These robots just do it with higher IQs, better degrees, and more advanced tools than the rest of us. Quants, believe it or not, you're people too. And I'm sorry for ever judging you. For good work, I'm Dan Toomey.
The nerds shan't be spared either. Oh.
You're at the center of a major controversy.
So this cunt was not serving cunt. He interviewed Tommy Robinson, got like 3 million views. Tommy Robinson proceeds to basically start race riots in the UK. Instead of being like, I fucked up, I literally interviewed a neo-Nazi. He was like, oh, please come back, bro. Please come back. Let's title it, Tommy Robinson Defends Himself. Nazi fucking dog.
Controversy, and that's not going to go away. And
I interviewed a guy and he caused mass chaos, destruction, and race-based violence. Let's get him back on the show. I believe Marxism is bad because it is trying to replace the Bible. And Marx wanted to be Jesus Christ, but also was Satan at the same time. Unironic Jordan Peterson opinions. This is the dumbest fucking guy on the planet.
what would you say? This is kind of a stock question, but I don't know how to more intelligently formulate it. What frightens you about yourself? What do you think about you is, what are your characterological weaknesses? Like, you're in a rough position, and it's necessary when you're in a position like yours is.
What the fuck is that shirt, bruv? Oi, mate. Oh, mate, what fuck's that shirt, mate? You motherfucking fix it up with one of them bags that she uses to go get groceries, mate. Is that supposed to be Burberry? Is that supposed to be Burberry, bruv? What the fuck is that shit, bruv? Did the rest of your shirt forget its pattern, bruv? Holy shit, bruv. Maybe instead of fucking hunting down minorities, you should hunt down whoever fucking styled this fucking shirt, bruv.
Is to be very aware of your various sins and stupidities. And so, you know, you said you've been very emotionally upset about what's happened to you, and you've been...
When you gotta do hate crimes at 2 p.m. and go bowling with the supremacist bros at 6.
You've been traumatized in prison, and you've had your finances demolished, and you've been the target of judiciary.
Or like, show this to Adolf Hitler in hell. These are your representatives nowadays. A fucking Benzo's degenerate in a fucking Christian blazer or whatever, and whatever this fucking guy's wearing.
Investigations for a very long time. That's very stressful. It can make people, what would you say, touchy and volatile.
Yeah, touchy and volatile because they fucking want to try and burn down mosques. That's a bit touchy and volatile, eh?
You know, and I can actually understand that. And so, like, what do you see in yourself that's dangerous, and how are you trying to control what, I suppose, the terrible things that you could purposefully or inadvertently bring about?
Why the fuck did my bro ask that question? The question was like, what don't you like about yourself? He asked it for an entire minute.
Okay, so...
First time watching, came from Sanabi after he was on your pod. Love the stream. Thank you very much, brother. Welcome. Everybody's welcome to the community. We stream 3 to 4 times a week. 4 hours before Hassan starts, so always welcome. Now this is very chill. It's Sunday. I'm eating some semichki and we're watching some shit. I'm not doing that much commentary, but it's kind of difficult when you have these two fucking mates, man. These two mates that just want to see a more rational world, mate. They just want to see a more rational world in which they harp on and on about Muslim rape gangs that steal babies. Oh, brother. Thank you, Uncle Bits. Okay, for this guy, gulag, but we don't make it extra polite. Not at all, brother.
Yep. So, yes, when the country was at its highest point, again, when Lee Rigby was beheaded, I held a demonstration to 10,000 people. No one wants to pick up what I've said. I stood up and said there's 660 Muslims serving in our armed forces. Yeah, they're doing more for the country than me. If you attack a Muslim woman, you're a coward. I've always educated and been...
Oh, somebody's scared now.
Pivotal on my points of non-violence. Always. But yeah, what is the danger for me? The danger for me personally is I ain't going to back down. It's simple. And that doesn't mean I'm not scared. I'm scared now. I'm terrified of, I have felt.
He's reading. He's reading. He's reading. Hit up JT. He was JT. Sorry, no, God forbid. Jordan Peterson, JP, and he was like, dude, I wanna like save a bit of face. Can you platform me? Can you give me all the questions?
Under attack at times. I've never felt what I felt for the last 2 weeks. Never. I've never ever felt this. I have got it coming from every angle, from everywhere. What does that do to me? Does it make me cower? No, it makes me come out fighting. And it makes me come out fighting in the sense that I'm willing to be the sacrificial lamb for you. Yeah, I'm willing to. And you better believe it to the establishment. If you think putting me in jail and getting me killed is going to solve your problems, you're going to spark the revolution like you cannot imagine. And I'm willing to be in that position. So I keep putting myself in the way, saying, go on.
I'm against violence, but hey, if you fuck with me, there is going to be blood on the streets flowing. The Thames will be the color red. Because the minorities also bleed in red, brothers.
Come on then. What are you going to do? Because I'm not going to back down on the sense. And why am I not going to back down? Because I wholeheartedly, Jordan, Tammy, to anyone watching, I wholeheartedly believe our country is at stake. The future safety of our children is at stake. We're supposed to shut up and remain silent whilst we're replaced. Whilst hostile.
He said the thing. While we're replaced, he said the thing. And what would be your solution for not getting replaced? Yeah, violence. Yeah. He said it. 2 minutes and 26 seconds. My brother was fucking fast. Oh, my brother, if we paint you blue, make you racist, and make you fucking roll down a fucking thing, you'll turn into white supremacist fucking Sonic, dude. You're so fast. The only person that you're faster with than with us now with this rhetoric is probably your fucking girlfriend. What, 3 seconds, 5 seconds?
Hostile communities are brought into our nation. Whilst our rights and freedoms are taken. If you know how after the last 7 days you can't see our rights and freedoms are being taken, well, we're not going to remain silent while they take them. And I'm going to scream it from the hilltop. So what faults do I have? That's my fault. My fault is that I should have backed down a long time ago. I should remain silent. Probably anyone reviewing this may...
This guy be like, this guy be like at an interview, and they're like, oh, what are your minuses, It won't work for us, but what are your minuses? And they're like, I'm too much of a perfectionist. I always do the right thing, even when other colleagues tell me not to. People, JP literally asked him, "Yo, what are your drawbacks?" And he's like, "Dude, because I'm just too principled, dude. I'm just too principled, my man. And what are your principles? You don't want to get replaced. And how are you gonna do that? By killing minorities, of course."
Say I come across as aggressive. I'm passionate, and I'm passionate because I've had every thought and every worry going through my mind for the last 2 weeks as I watched the entire establishment's meeting.
Yeah, that's maybe, don't do that. Like, you wouldn't have that problem if you didn't almost burn down half the country with racist mobs running everything.
Media, government, politicians lie about me, but I also know there's an army of people watching this who have seen their lies. So there's people that you think you can just silence me. It's not going to work. You're going to martyr me. And I'm not going to back down. And do you know what? You're going to create 1,000 Tommy Robinsons. You've already done that with your actions over the last 7 days.
Bro, hoping they arrest him so that he can write Mein Kampf. my battle! So he can write my battle while in prison for a year. Then come back and burn down the Big Ben. And say that Muslims did it. Muslims did it, mate. My battle.
They've already done that. So there is no winning for them at this current situation.
My struggle, mate.
People are awake. People aren't backing down. Our fight for freedom our fight and love for freedom will outweigh your want for tyranny. And right now we're facing tyrannical forces.
He's literally reading. He's fucking reading.
tyrannical forces that wish to enslave us and take our speech, something that's our God-given right. You're not taking it, not without a fight. So people are, and what does that fight ensue? I'm not calling for people to commit violence. Never have. What I'm saying is we will use our platform, we will awaken people, and whatever move they make next, whether it's been my imprisonment, you see, putting people in prison for 30 months for something said on Facebook, you're actually doing our job. Our cause to awaken people, you're helping with it. So each time they try to crush it, you're actually creating more people, and they think that they can scare people into silence. And as I said, I stood in Trafalgar Square and said to the establishment, what you're witnessing now is the British spirit. Do you see what they've done since that day? Is try to break that British spirit. I don't think they'll be successful. And the reason they need to censor this video you're watching now, they need to censor it because it has the ability to awaken more people. It has.
Chat, are you feeling more awakened? Are you awake, chat? Chat, are you? Oh, anybody wokey? Is he calling for us to be woke? Does he want us to be woke? I'm so woke right now, chat. Oh, no. Guy's been fucked by capitalism his whole life. No blaming immigrants. He's kind of like the archetype of the fucking idiot white right winger, dude.
That's the ability to inspire more people, and they know that. They know that, which is why they must have total control.
You're going to go back to the UK, you said.
Total control over what, dude? You burned down half the fucking country. You started race riots. The local minorities and the local whites were like, please fuck off. Why did you bus all the way from London to fuck up our small towns? Okay? Used fake news over that piece of shit mass murderer and who they are after they killed those poor girls. You did just very bad things. They want us to be silent. No, they just want you not to burn down all the fucking trash cans around the city, mate. Wake up. They don't want us burning down libraries. Wake up. Joe Biden, wake up. I've seen this dude get owned on YouTube videos for like 3 decades. Same. White supremacy is so strong, this motherfucker's still relevant. He just came back and Jordan Peterson platformed him, my friend. And that's how he got back. He got back because he got a lot of fucking... He got back because he got a lot of money after Labour won in the UK, okay? So the Conservatives pulled out the violent stick, which is him. That's it. Labour won, and they wanted to, Tories are out, and they want to make sure that the Tories now look more like moderates. They're pulling out these freaks. But these freaks, as freaking insane as they are not that dumb. And they can use the momentum to normalize a more right wing of the right wing of the UK. Thank you, Romko, for 100 bits. Says, I stood up to the establishment, has a giant establishment boot on his guts. Literally. Up to his guts, exactly. Not just a boot.
If I got this right, near the end of October to face the music. That's the plan. And in the meantime, I presume your strategy so far has been certainly not to involve yourself in the demonstrations and so forth that have been occurring in the UK over the last few weeks.
Demonstrations. This cuck called students that called him out for his transphobia. He called them violent rioters. He called them violent thugs. Simple students that were like, yo, Jordan Peterson, you don't know what you're talking about when it comes to pronouns. Can you, fuck off? Violent thugs! And now, literal violent thugs harassing, beating up, burning down half of a fucking country. Those are just gatherings of proud white young men.
Except you also said that you were correcting certain misapprehensions about what's been said about you and also the information that's been spread around. So your plan is to stay out of the to let the events unfold as they will, but that you're going to go back to the UK and face the music. That's the plan?
My plan is, my documentary is currently on 44 million views. By the time they get me in jail, it'll be on.
Remember when he said that they're being censored? And now he says my documentary has 44 million views. Make it make fucking sense, chat. Make it make fucking sense.
100 million. So by all means, send me to jail. You'll put more eyes in that film than I could ever dream of. People need to realise the weaponisation of the court system against the people. It's not right. It's not right. And people need to know what they're doing and how they're silencing dissident voices across the West. They need to understand it. If we're going to stop it, people need to understand it. If Donald Trump gets elected, he needs to break this. Okay, the weaponisation of the courts, the unfair judiciary. Do you know, I will watch what I say when I get into court before the judge. Have you watched the film, Your Honour? If you have watched the film and I'm still sat here facing prosecution, you're corrupt as well. Because that film categorically proves all I've done was report the truth. In what sane, freedom-loving world are we standing in where someone faces 2 years for reporting the truth? Do we believe in the journalism or not? Do we believe in freedom of the press or not? The problem is so many journalists don't believe in it. They believe in activism. They're activists, not journalists. They're total activists. So my intention is on the 28th and 29th of October to put the British judiciary on trial in the world's eyes. Now, so long as they don't kill...
Holy shit, guy really thinks he's the main fucking character. Holy fuck. Holy fuck, main character syndrome on steroids, dude. He's gonna take the whole fucking establishment of the UK, chat.
Elon Musk between now and then, that's my intention. Because everyone on X, through my account, will be able to witness and watch the truth be told. That's my plans, Jordan. That's not something I'm looking forward to. I had 2 weeks booked for my children because I knew what was coming, yeah? After 3 days, they found me and my children, they doxed them and put them in danger. They purposely done that. So
What about all that fucking children you put in literal physical danger with your fucking thugs on the street of the UK? You almost turned a whole country into a massive, unstable, race-based civil war. Thankfully, there were enough normal, kind-hearted people in the UK to stop that. And now, you're spinning the fact that you're being censored, which you're not because you have 40 million fucking views on your documentary, as a pitch that it's actually you who is the victim. Remember when right-wingers constantly talk about how, you know, us on the left were obsessed with, like, participation trophies and we think the world owes us something. We don't think the world owes us anything. We just think the world is fucking stealing from us. Stealing our labor. Stealing from us by viewing us and treating us differently just because we're different. We are not saying that we need something just because we were born. We're saying that somebody's taking it from us and we will fucking take it back. These guys, on the other hand, well, they are what entitlement looks like.
At that time,
who has a victim complex now, bitch?
That was my time with my loved ones because I know what's coming.
No, Hugo, that's logical. It's Abdul who's ruining the West. Absolutely.
For me. And they broke that, yeah? They broke that. So I'm not doing this because I want to do this. I don't want to do this. I'd much rather just be enjoying my time with my children. But I'm not prepared.
Well, you can't enjoy time with your children because you don't have any other profession except preaching right-wing shit online. Like, that's who you are, brother. That and somebody who actually puts that fucking shirt on, looks at himself and is like, this looks great.
Prepared for my children to become enslaved. I'm not prepared for their freedom of speech to be taken. I'm not prepared for them to be totally controlled by manipulated media. They want total control of the narrative. The censoring of your YouTube channel is to control the narrative, nothing more. Can't pick fault with anything I've said. Otherwise, they'd highlight it. They say you've gone against guidelines. Well, show us what guidelines I've gone against. How come you can't show us? This is total and utter control. We either become slaves and allow censorship through big tech, through all the corporations, or we fight it. I'm going to play my part in fighting it.
Tam, do you want to bring this to a close, make some comments, ask Tommy some questions?
The fucking wife. The wife. Oh, Lord. The wife was a big fan of the Nazi. Oh, I love the wife, man. I fucking love the wife, dude. I'm always like in an ideological battle in my head versus who's more unhinged, the wife, the daughter, the husband, you know. It's a whole family is just fucking demented and insane. It's legendary. You think JP lets Tommy over here, you know, have some fun when he comes over after a couple of glasses of wine? You know what I mean? Why is his wife always there when Tommy is around, eh? I look at the choker too, you know, getting ourselves a bit spicy, you know. Not saying anything, but I'm saying some things, okay, chap? Not saying anything, but I am saying things.
Well, you inspired me.
That's imagery nobody wanted in their mind, yeah. You can't see JP because now he's getting the cock sofa ready.
You're inspiring us. And
you're inspiring Sus.
Me. You're inspiring us. And
thanks, Tom.
And our countries and our values are worth fighting for. And it's time for people, I think it's time for people to see the next right thing to do and then to do it, not to turn away. Not to turn away and not to think it's someone else's fight. Because, I mean, if it's your fight, then it's my fight. If it's your fight,
if it's your wife, then it's my wife.
Then it's my son's fight. It's my daughter's fight, because they have children, and we're fighting for our kids. We're fighting for our grandchildren to be able to have a place that they can call home, like we have had a place to call home. You know, I don't really have any questions. I think Tommy ended it on a
1 second. Okay, so she loves this anti-immigrant guy, right? She doesn't have a wiki page. Well, I don't know why, but I'm almost sure that she's a second generation immigrant. Anybody got a link? No, well, I can't search it. Here's the link. I'm pretty sure she's a second generation immigrant. Almost 100%.
very good note. I think that it's his bravery and his conviction. That's what we need. We need to look at ourselves and to see what it is that is calling us to do and to take one step in that direction and see where it takes us. And if that's a scary place, and it's going to be a scary place because it's we're in an inflection point. Are you going to stay with the Matrix, or are you?
She said the thing. I was always like, Who's gonna be so stupid as to marry Jordan Peterson because after listening to him for 20 seconds, you're like, this guy's a fucking idiot. I'm not giving this guy children. Well, we found it. Chat, we found the only person dumber than Jordan Peterson. and they're married. No matter that, no wonder that's how their fucking kids turned out. Mom, I want to only eat meat always. I want like diarrhea explosions every day. Smart child.
Gonna tell the truth and free us from this tyranny.
Yes, free us from the tyranny of Muslim people existing in Western countries. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely. Oh, I'm like an old man now. I'm like, yeah, another platforming of an absolute fascist and an absolute Nazi, further proliferating JP's most probable, that's my pitch to you, most probable future hope for a political career and placement. The reason why he's pushing his wife as well is because, you know, senators need first wife, second worst, first ladies. So that's the direction that he's going in. I'm almost sure. Remember when he called himself a centrist? Yeah, that was legendary. What the fuck? Fuck off. Saying Oppa is okay no matter the age. Oppa, right? Well, my beautiful chilled soldiers. Oh my god, this mask is so fucking cringe, man, but I need a tweet. My beautiful chilled soldiers, with that we bring today's gooning of the brain sesh to a soft close. I need to get in my car. I need to drive to my grandma's in the middle of the night today, so you will excuse me. I will be seeing you on Wednesday. I will be seeing you on Thursday. I will be seeing you over the weekend next weekend. So enjoy your little break from your boy for 2-3 days. Thank you very much to everybody who has clicked that little follow button. If you have not, it's just a button. Just press it. Gorbachev to an American president circa 1988. Just press it. Thank you very much to all the followers. Thank you very, very much to everybody who subscribed. Genuinely, without you guys, this would absolutely be completely impossible. We are pretty close to that 1,300 goal, which is very sweet to see. This thing has become very self-sustainable financially, and thank you very much to the chat, which make every fucking day beautiful. So fucking wholesome. No infighting. No bullshit. It's kind of nice. I must say, it's kind of nice. We're getting closer and closer to being a 1K Andy, which is fucking awesome. Thank you very much. Rest in peace, headphone users. Thank you very much to my mods, without whom none of this would be possible. Thank you to the proud laborers who have supplied me with these motherfucking sandwichki. Okay. And I will see you next Wednesday. Give me tips on who to raid. Who should I raid? Drop some names in chat. There's a lot of people here, so let's make them happy. Huh? You're doing a great job. Thank you very much. Thank you very kindly. Who is Little Bear 36? Let me see. Little Bear 36. Our Little Bear 36 chill. Is Little Bear chill? Little Bear seems to be chill. Yeah, Little Bear is chill. Little Bear for sure. Okay, let's raid Little Bear. Everybody say hi from our lovely community. You know what to fucking spam. And have a great motherfucking start of the week tomorrow, motherfuckers. Okay. This has been Yugopnik with you boys, girls, and NBs. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much to the mods especially. Go say hello. Be very intimidating. Be very violent. Physically assault their chat. I'm kidding. I'm Jesus Christ. I'm kidding. Say hi from this community and join the Discord channel. Follow me on fucking Instagram, okay? Follow me on fucking Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord channel. ! Discord. You get the link. It's pretty fucked up place with like 4,000 people. And look out for the stream on Wednesday. I love you very much. Good night and thank you for coming. Bye bye.